Einen wunderschönen guten Morgen hier vom 4-Stern-Contest der Open Faces Freeride Series in der Silvretta Montafon. A very warm welcome from my side, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in front of the screens. And our expert for today is nobody else than Flo Orley, 3 times vice champion of the world in freeriding. Hello, Flo.
Hello and hi Chris, stoked to be here at Monatfon here. I think we have an amazing competition ahead of us and I'm proud to be your co-commentator.
It is the 7th time here in Monatfon. We are right at the public area, the Nova Stoba here, and we are expecting a really nice 4-star competition today, Flo.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the few 4-star competitions where our riders can collect points to qualify for the next year's World Tour. And today we're on the Kleine Heimspitze, which is one of the most spectacular winners in all the qualifying series.
So let's have a look. Let's get warm with some highlights of the last year. Let's look into the pictures from the last year.
Servus aus Sieberg, herzlich willkommen, welcome ladies and gentlemen at the Silvretta Montafon.
Back, don't forget, just needs to happen at a huge 360, storming it! Holy shit! Yeah, Cook 7! Did it so well! That? Oh my gosh, Carl, that was crazy.
Yeah, we are here at one of the best freeride spots in the Austrian Alps, directly Silvretta Montafon. Flo, you're not the first time here, I expect.
No, it's the freeride Eldorado. So I've been coming here for many years and I've actually competed 2 times here, not on the venue we have today, but on the other side of the valley with really good memories because both competitions I was able to win them. So for me, it's a place I love to come back to and go freeriding.
So we are happy to have you here, and it's the 7th time here where the best athletes meet each other here at the 4-star competition at the Heimspitze. And in 2014 it was the first contest here, and at this time they were riding from the Zermattspitze. In 2015 they changed the face to the Kleine Heimspitze, and we have a huge public area here at the Nova Stoba where you can see directly on the face, and I think we have pretty good conditions, Flo.
We do. Actually, I heard it's the biggest restaurant in the Alps here, Nova Stoba, and it's amazing. You're sitting in the sun, you're watching across the valley. Here we have the restaurant area, which is starting to fill up. It's only 10:30, but by the time our riders come down, this will be a huge party, and it's amazing. You're looking right over the valley into the face of the riders as they're dropping into the venue.
And we can see in the back we have sunshine all over the sky, and we have some new fresh snow on top, 15 centimeters, and it's some sharky takeoffs. Flo, how would you expect the riders to behave today in this phase?
Well, we have a really good snow base. The valleys are fairly green, but up high in the mountains, we're getting close to last year's record snowfall, snow level. And especially the last new snowfall, which you can tell brought us those 15-20 centimeters, are going to make for really amazing conditions because they're going to give the riders this extra fresh power which they need to slow down after big cliffs to give them soft landings. So I believe we can expect a really epic show today.
We already saw the start gate on top. It is not the very, very top. Today the start gate is a little bit lower. Maybe you can explain why they changed the start gate 10 meters to the side.
Well, our safety crew, following the head of safety, Markus Kogler from Fürbrunn, who's also the head of safety for the Freeride World Tour in Fürbrunn. He knows this mountain very well, so they skied it yesterday and they'll go down to all the potential landings and the lines which the competitors are going to take. They go with probes, they check for sharks, hidden rocks and sharks in the landings, and according to that they open and close certain areas. And in this case today they decided to move the start gate just a little bit further down because the first air, which many riders were for sure going to take, had rocks in the landing, and it would be unfair if there was only a fresh landing for 10 riders and not for the rest of the field.
Also, das heutige Face ist die Kleine Heimspitze, meine Damen und Herren. Herzlich willkommen, wenn wir jetzt dabei sind. Start is on 2,420 meter. The finish area is on 2,070 meter. The length of the slope is 450 meter, and the exposition is right where the sun is, Flo. Let's talk about the face today. We see it right now. How are the snow conditions? How are the drops? How are the landings?
Snow conditions really good, landings really good. The big challenge for our competitors on this phase is orientation. Because as you're standing in the start gate, you see basically nothing but white below you, because the phase has 3 terraces, but it drops off onto vertical rocks, so the riders cannot see their landings, they can hardly see their takeoffs. So it's really crucial on this phase to make a perfect preparation as a rider, to know exactly where you're going in order not to jump off at the wrong spot and land on a rock or miss your line and score badly.
And the maximum steepness is 60%. So is it also good for the riders for the landings if they are that steep?
Yeah, that's why we're sure we're going to see a good show today in the snow, because a lot of beautiful phases for competitions have big cliffs, but a lot of times those cliffs have flat landings. And here on the Heimspitze, that's very special about this phase, the landings are extraordinarily steep, so the riders can do big jumps and stick them without touching the snow with their hands, and we're waiting for those big drops today.
Yes, we are waiting. We are excited for the show today, and we are all ready. As we can see, the phase looks perfect. The landings are perfect. The riders are already on the way up to the start. And let's talk about the qualifier series. We have a 4-star contest today. What does it mean? We already had 4 4-star contests in this season, not in Europe. In Europe, it's the first, actually the third 4-star contest, and there was a comp cancelled in Les Arcs. What does it mean for the riders today?
Well, we must be aware that the riders are here to collect points to qualify for the World Tour, and only very few, the best of the best, can qualify for the World Tour. And in the 4-star contest, this is where they collect the most points to qualify for next year's World Tour. And if one 4-star cannot be held because of conditions, then the pressure is there for the others, because that's where all the riders want to go. So even just to be here and get a spot, be on the start list today, is already a success for those riders who are here today.
That's very interesting. Meine Damen und Herren, wir haben einen 4-Stern-Contest. Das bedeutet für die Rider, das ist die Stufe unterhalb der World Tour. Das ist eigentlich die Tür zur World Tour. Und Flo, wie kann man sich das vorstellen? Was muss man gewinnen in einer Saison, dass man dann das Ticket für die World Tour 2021 löst?
Also das Niveau steigt und steigt und steigt jedes Jahr. Es ist so unglaublich. Wir haben gesehen, man muss also fast schon 3 Podiumplätze bei 4-Sternplätzen schaffen. Das heißt, bei 3 der hochwertigsten Wettkämpfe jeweils auf dem Podium sein, damit man einen dieser begehrten Startplätze bekommt. Es sind nämlich nur 3 Startplätze bei den Skifahrern hier in Europa für die World Tour und jeweils ein Startplatz bei den Snowboardern, bei den Jungs und Mädels und bei den Skimädels. Also sehr gedrängt hier an der Spitze.
Und wenn man sich das ansieht, wir haben heute die besten Rider aus der Europe Region am Start. Wie gesagt, es ist geteilt. It's districted between America and Eurasia, as we call it. So we have 2 slots, and let's have a look at the rider for today. Starting list for the men. Going first is the Frenchie Sebastian Varley. Number 3 we can see here. Number 2, 4, 6. So the straight numbers are always snowboarders. 1, 3, 5, and 7 are skiers. We have Maxime Chablot from the Swiss with going 21. Oscar Mandin 23. Sebastian Hirsche, the Austrian guy. Last year we saw a big 360 from him with bib number 25. 27 is going to be a really interesting guy, Solon Dijou. We talked with him yesterday. He has really nice ideas where he's going to go. It's going to get huge drops here in Montafon. And as we see, we have 45, bib number 45 is the last man skier, Adrian Hildebrand from the Swiss. And before him, a really interesting guy, Jakob Ernst, the little Austrian rookie here competing on the Silvretta Montafon.
Exactly. Jakob's little brother was actually a forerunner on last weekend in Alpachtal, and the judges used his forerun to calibrate, and they said he would have been on the podium as a forerunner. So this is his big brother, so we can expect big things from Jakob today.
Big things from the Austrian guy. And when we have a look at the snowboard list, starting list, going first is number 2, bib number 2, Benjamin Evans from New Zealand, Tim Schröder, the German guy, Emil Ekelund from Sweden, Enzo Nilo, France, Liam Rivera, Mexico, Roland Morley-Brown, New Zealand, Christophe Chalet, Clement Bouchatai, Florian Bouet-Fournier and Thomas Rich with number 20.
In total, we have 15 snowboarders from 9 nations. Among those are 2 former World Tour riders. Yeah, we have a vice world champion on there with Thomas Feuerstein, the local rider who was 2nd on the World Tour in 2018. So I believe they will give us a good show today.
So we have the best riders here from Europe, and when we think back to the skiers, we have 6 different nations, and last year the winning run from Karl Renwald, it was just amazing. We had a look yesterday in the evening. It was a huge jump in the bottom air, and then he took like a slalom rider with 100 kilometers per hour.
There were some discussions last year after this run if the organizers should even allow moves like this, because what they did was so risky. Any small mistake might have been fatal, and actually Coxa, head of security, decided to close the area where he went last year in order to keep people from repeating what he did last year. And I'm sure there's enough other big rocks and moves in this phase to be done by our riders.
So it's gonna be a big show. We already see bib number 1, Sebastian Varley. He is a French guy. I was on tour with him, luckily, because he is also a filmmaker. So he has a movie called Southern Alps. And ladies and gentlemen, this man knows how to send big cliff. And I talked to him yesterday, and he was like, yeah, I have a really, really good line. I'm gonna have a look where I'm going, and I will go very, very big. We can see now the face, meine Damen und Herren. Wir sehen das Face, die kleine Heimspitze hier im Bild. Es ist angerichtet, es ist unverspurt und es sind perfekte Bedingungen, wie wir bereits gehört haben. 15 cm Neuschnee erwarten unsere Rider und jetzt wunderbare Bilder hier nochmal zum Startgate. Und vielleicht eine kurze Information, a little information for you in front of the screens. We have a live chat for you today. So if you log in into our Facebook page from the Open Faces at Facebook, you can write us some messages. You can send us some greetings from all over the world. You can send some good luck wishes to the riders, and we will work on this if we have time, and we will say everything you're gonna send us in this live chat.
Yeah, you mentioned it, if we have time, because if we go like last year, bam, bam, action after action, we're not going to have a lot of time to work with comments, but we'll try to answer them in the breaks.
So in the background, we can see the beautiful view here in the Silvretta Montafon. A lot of 3,000 peaks. You can see to Italy, you can see into the Swiss, and you can see now the Frenchie. He is motivated, he is excited, he is ready to go, and we are just waiting for the start signal from our starter. And yeah, the show can go on, I think, or the show can start right off here.
The show can start, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your seats, because these are the best riders in the world trying to qualify a tour, and they're going to give everything to score enough points to be on the podium today. Be ready for this action.
Be ready for this action. We are ready for the action. We have a really good place here in front of the screen, and we are watching the best riders here in the Silvretta Montafon at the Kleine Heimspitze, the face of today. And I already heard the judges are ready. We have 2 judging panels today. So one panel is judging the snowboarders and one panel is judging the skiers. And as I heard and you heard in front of the screens, it's ready, it's done. We're going with the first rider, Sebastian Varley. He already got 4th on Kicking Horse Contest 2020. He got a 9th place at La Rosière. And now it's on, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go with the first one.
Sebastian, it's not easy to be the first rider. It's always super exciting. You have to wait, but he stumps his first cliff nicely, puts a second, and already comes to the big terrace. Slows down to look. That's what we talk about. It's so hard to find those entry, but he does not hesitate. Beautiful.
Well,
going
big here on this one. Already the first. Oh no! What a pity. What a perfect run in the top, but he is okay. He looks okay, so he can ride on. That's, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we are talking about. It's not easy because you can see from the top just the next cliff and you don't see the landing. You just see the takeoff and you have to be 100% sure
and you see
that you know where you're going.
How grumpy he is for not sticking this cliff. We'll see it in the slow motion in a second. Beautiful done the first one, the way he comes in. Does not slow down, just does a quick side slide. Also here, very difficult to hit this pocket, hits it perfectly and slow down. And now here comes this big drop. Let's see what happened there at the landing. He comes in. Yeah, I think it was a little bigger than he thought. He should have got with a little less speed. So he got into what we call the backseat, and his ass touches the snow. And once it does, the score is done anyway. But he has so much momentum that he keeps rolling. So it's not going to be a podium run for him, but still.
Next
nice
one is bib number 2, Benjamin Evans, representing New Zealand. He got a first place at Mount Olympus 2-star, and he's a snowboarder. He's right on track.
Beautiful first air. We did see some shocks in the takeoff. The riders have to be aware. Nice combination, coming back up the hill and now down again. Beautiful riding so far by Benjamin.
Meine Damen und Herren, man kann hier
well laid
die
out.
perfekten Schneebedingungen sehen. Das heißt, der Schnee wird aufgewirbelt, die 15 cm Neuschnee und der Snowboarder jetzt mit seinem vorletzten Drop, vermute ich mal.
Yeah, we couldn't see the landing of that big one. He thought about coming over for a last cliff, but I think he decides not to do a big traverse, take the speed to the finish line, which always looks nice. And that was a really good and fluid run that sets the level high for the next riders.
That sets the level high. So the first snowboarder is now in the finish area. He's happy. He has a
He's a
smiling
happy camper.
face on it. And he is done with his first run. So who is coming next? When we see his highlights from his run, look how good the snow conditions are. And right at the start gate, we have bib number 3, Jonas Monin, the Swiss guy, going on the skis. He is also called PJ. He is now second in the freeride World Tour qualifier ranking. That means he has a big chance to get one of these tickets for the World Tour to 2021. And so
Exactly.
I think we're gonna see a really, really good run from him.
Yeah, he already has a second place on the A4-star qualifier in La Rosière, and he won a 2-star, but he definitely needs another good result here on the 4-star to keep this spot in the ranking. It's always that margin, how much risk do I take? Am I going for the biggest move today and have potentially a win? I'm going to play it safe. Those guys can just, within a run, even change their tactics, but a safe run today probably puts you into 10th or 12th place, and that's not going to get you to the World Tour.
So let's look at this Swiss guy, bib number 3, Jonas Monin on the track.
Basically the same drop as we saw from our first rider, but not choosing a little bit of approach for the middle terrace.
Going big here on this one.
Nicely.
And now it's important now to hit the right one. It's a big one. Aye. And also for him, a little difficulties in the air. I don't know, maybe it's the takeoff flow. What do you think?
This is simply a 15-meter air, and they're landing, the impact is so high. If you're not in the perfect position to stop it, then it's just a little bit sideways on your backseat, then yeah, that's what happens. They're taking off with like 10 kilometers an hour, but they're landing with about 40. So they have to, you know, with their legs, absorb this compression.
Let's have a look. His first jump perfectly done, and then he's searching for the perfect entry. Finds his pocket, and now he's jumping 15 meters, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you
That's the show from today.
Incredible. But you could see his skis were pointing a little bit sideways to our Lucas right, and that's why he did a high sider over his right side. So very hard to make a perfect move on these huge jumps. But the conditions are great. It's no problem to land, not even problem to crash when the snow is as soft as it is today.
That's a good thing. We had a lot of wind the last days, so in every gully we have a lot of wind. Now Flo is getting ready, Flo is getting excited for the snowboarder. Tim Schröder representing Germany with bib number 4. He is a young guy, he is a really, really big sender, and I'm really excited to see his show.
Timmy almost qualified for the World Tour last year. He was second, but only in the qualifiers rankings. Got so close to it. Such a good guy, Timmy. Beautiful first air. Whoa.
He told me that he's gonna rock the right side of the face now with a big 360, landing it as it would be. Just waking up and getting out of bed here.
Woo! Comes back up for a second dip. Great run so far, so clean.
Und jetzt bin ich gespannt. Er hat mir erzählt, er wird über die rechte Seite fahren und das macht er auch. Er sucht jetzt seinen Eintritt auf sein letztes Cliff und vielleicht für seinen nächsten Trick. Jawohl, Tim Schröder.
Beautiful Timmy, did nothing wrong so far. I think I see one last air over the bottom cliff. And now
Big air, stand on your feet. Jawohl, Timmy, wir sind genau hinter dir. Wir sind unten, schauen hinüber auf die kleine Heimspitze und haben miterlebt, wie du hier hinuntergefahren bist. Und der freut sich natürlich. Da geht natürlich viel Anspannung verloren, wenn man dann unten im Ziel ist und weiß, man hat genau das gemacht, was man machen wollte.
And Timmy is so motivated. You know what he told me? He's gonna hike up after the event on skis to ride the same venue one more time, but on skis that time, to show everyone that you can do it both in one day. That's how motivated Timmy is.
So
Look at
he's
those
not only motivated. He's a talented snowboarder and he's a talented skier. This young guy, I hope we will see him in the future competing in the World Tour in the master class, as we call it here.
If he keeps riding like this, for sure, I dare to say already it's going to be a very good result for Team A today, and I'm happy for it. He deserves it.
Big 360 from the German guy, and now we have an Austrian. Der Österreicher Michael Strauß ist jetzt oben im Startgate, Bib Number 5. Er wird auch genannt der Senderstrauß, denn er mag es groß und am besten ganz, ganz groß mit viel Schwung. Und wir reden nicht über was anderes als über seine Cliffs, über seine Jumps. Und dieser Mann ist mit Sicherheit nervös, wenn er oben steht. Er hat gerade erst den X-Override 2019 gewonnen. Heuer noch kein Ergebnis, das heißt, der braucht Punkte, der gibt jetzt Gas und Michi Strauß ist jetzt im Hang.
Was sich einer wundert, warum... Oh nein, was ist da passiert? Da zieht in den Ski aus, in der Landung vom ersten Cliff. Ja,
Michi Strauß, jetzt nach den ersten 10 Fahrsekunden sitzt er hier im Pulverschnee und ärgert sich. Das ist schade, das sehen wir natürlich nicht gerne. Ich glaube, leichte Vorlage und dadurch hat es ihn hineingezogen in den tiefen Schnee und dann war der Ski schon weg.
Genau so ist es. Hey, das wird ihn ärgern.
Michi Strauß, der Senderstrauß. Schauen wir es uns an.
Da alles perfekte Kontrolle.
Ja. Leichte Vorwärtslage, leichte Vorlage hier bei der Landung und dann geht es ganz schnell. Wir haben tiefen Schnee, wir haben Pulverschnee, wir haben beste Bedingungen, was natürlich auch bedeutet, dass wenn man da sein Gewicht falsch verlagert, dann ist man ganz schnell im Schnee.
Ja, wie gesagt, das Judging ist ja auch ganz streng. Wenn du mit etwas Rücklage runterkommst und hinten im Schnee liegst, dann kriegst du Vorpunkte abgezogen. Deswegen probieren die Skifahrer ganz zentriert zu landen und da kannst du nicht leicht mal passieren, dass man einen Hauch von Vorlage hat und dann geht es ihm genauso wie mich jetzt.
Und so wie es ausschaut, hat er da sogar Probleme mit seiner Bindung. Er ist jetzt wieder aus dem Ski hinaus. Vielleicht hat er sogar einfach nur ein technisches Problem gehabt hier.
Ja, das glaube ich nicht. Der Ski hat sich doch erst eigentlich ausgezogen wie nach der ersten Rolle und nicht gleich in der Landung, was auch passieren kann. Wichtig ist, dass er jetzt ganz gemütlich runterfährt. Das ist auch in den Regeln ganz klar beschrieben. Wenn ein Ski verloren ist, dann kriegt man auch keine Punkte und hat also das Contest Face, die Venue zu verlassen, ohne noch seine Line weiterzufahren, damit also die Landungen und der Schnee möglichst frisch bleiben für die nachfolgenden Fahrer.
The ski instructor, the pilot from Vienna, from Austria, normally a really, really good skier, sending big drops. Now with a little bit of bad luck, meaning that his ski went off. That means he got a no score and he has to leave the face without jumping any more cliffs. And that's because they want fresh landings for the other riders on top.
But what amazes, we have skier number 3 and we have no crash-free run so far, but it shows how much these guys are pushing. They're all going
already on track is Bib number 6, Emil Ekelund from Sweden. Look until for the guy from Sweden. Now where you come for all the Swedish guys in front of the screens, he's now on his run.
Nice first air, a bit of hesitation after the judge is going to take a couple of points off, but he is a strong rider. He won the Scandinavian Big Mountain Championships already and shows us a backflip, but loses the momentum at the takeoff and doesn't manage to go all the way around. Only like a 3/4 backflip. That's obviously going to take this core down a fair bit. So this is the air where we cannot see the landing. Maybe we can ask our director to put the drone up in the air like we had it in Kappel and show us some live pictures once the riders are coming around that corner.
Okay, so the Bib number 6, Emil Ekelund, had some problems with his backflip, with the momentum, and now he is in the finish area. This is not going to be a huge score flow. What do you mean? What's the problem with his backflip?
It looked like he got hung up at the takeoff. He's coming in there and nice. Yeah, to me it looked like he changed his mind, like in the air, as he felt as he was not going to manage to do the full rotation, and then straightened his body and stopped the rotation completely. It was kind of a strange move, really.
So, the next man in the start gate, Bib number 7, Måns Forskällstrand from Sweden, representing Sweden, and this guy is going fast on the first one.
Yeah, it looks like that top cliff is almost like a manager. Whoa!
Wow, with a big 360!
even corks it a little bit, which means he puts the rotation like sideways. Beautiful.
The Swedish guy was first in the Libanon's 3-star and now having a really big show here in the Silvretta Montafon for us. And I think he has some more plans for the lower part.
Nice one. Yeah, maybe he did adapt his tactics, seeing that the first 3 skiers had big issues and played a little safer. So he's for sure going to be the lead right now with this run, even though it lacked the really big features.
The really big features in the bottom lap were missing, but we can see his first perfect cliff landing here next to the rock. And then look at this one, going huge on the cork. Whoa, 360, stomping in like there was nothing to do else. And a little feature at the bottom, and now we look back to the start gate. Bib number 8 representing France. And so Nilo is going with the snowboard and is now at his first feature.
Beautiful, no hesitation up there. Whoa, almost went over there. He must have a lot of power in his front leg. And also beautiful front side 3, but over rotates it a little bit. Quickly back up to his feet.
Over rotating the front side 3, and there is another 360. Little issues at the landing.
Clean, but big as well, and now full speed is what he shows us all the way to the finish line. He goes so fast that he even misses the arch.
He nearly missed the finish line, the guy from France.
Yeah, strong in his front leg, and that was a beautiful front side 3. Just goes a little further than he thinks and adds like this 90-degree rotation, which puts him on his back for a moment. And then another backside 3 this time. Whoa. That was an almost clean landing. I really like the approach though. 2 big 360s and the drop at the top. Really a motivated run.
That's what you see when you have the best rider here from the Eurasian region, and also some Americas were coming for the 4-star contest here, ladies and gentlemen. Very welcome. We are already at bib number 9, the skier from New Zealand, Ben Richards. It's now in the start gate, and we can see how focused they are, how excited they are, because they have big lines in their head. They have all the plans they want to do, and they really want to stay on the podium on today's contest, and that's important to get the ticket for the World Tour 2021.
And the Kiwis have earned themselves a reputation those last years of being some of the craziest riders. No matter if snowboard, ski, girls or boys, they just go huge. They're used to ride a lot of hard pack and wind affected snow in New Zealand, so whenever they have powder under the skis, they go big.
Always a big show from the New Zealand guys, and we have a look at what he is showing us. Going for the biggest cliff on top.
Nice variation, riding a bit further down the nose and finding fresh powder for the landing.
Going with a backflip! Oh, slightly over-rotating here. And as we saw, the backflip from the snowboarder before, it's not easy to really get this takeoff perfectly.
No, it's coming in a little bit sideways, and it seems like for most riders, they're catching more air than they are expecting. I mean, they could see this feature walking up. The uphill track is right next to it. But obviously checking the speed is an issue there for the riders today.
Ben Richards from New Zealand is now on the way down. Of course, he gets some points deducted for his back slap, or full back slap as we can call it. But he's still going for the last big air. And that's a very important air, because I talked to one of the judges, Dodo. He told me that you have to go very far to have a steep landing. Otherwise, you're just landing in the flat part.
That is true, yeah. But you can tell that after his big back slap here, that you can tell with looking at his body language that, you know, that the tension was gone. They knew it was not going to be a good score, so the bottom half of his run, I don't think he did hit all the features anymore the way he had planned to. It just took it easy going down.
Let's have a look at the next rider. We have Liam Rivera from Mexico. He's on his snowboard, and he is now 4th in the America's Freeride World Tour qualifier ranking, meaning that he has to improve himself. He needs some good scores to have a chance for one of the tickets.
Exactly. He only started competing 5 years ago at the age of 35. He's 40 now, one of the more experienced riders. And let's see how he starts his approach to the face today. I believe that we'll see quite a bit of snowboard action continuing on the Lucas right side, where it's a bit more playful, and have probably more skiers going to the Lucas left, where we have the bigger cliffs.
Perfect pictures here, and now we can see how steep it is in the beginning. We said up to 60 degrees. We can see it's going down, and you can just see now with the perfect camera view that you can't see anything from the drops. You can't see any landing, so you have to be 100% sure where you're going, and that's what it makes it that exciting here in Monatfon.
Exactly. Orientation and preparation of your line is more crucial here than in most other venues, because it's a convex venue, so it gets steeper, steeper, steeper at those 3 rollovers. Let's see how Liam manages to cope with this.
The guy representing Mexico here in Vorarlberg, here in Montafon, and he's now at his first feature going huge with the snowboard.
That was as big as the skiers and stomping the hell out of it, as our friend Neil Williman would say. Going for the front side 3, beautiful, no mistakes so far. Similar line to Timmy Schroeder, the German guy.
And now he's heading back to the big cliff, to the big center cliff, and he will stop it with the snowboard. Land it, no!
It looks like he had it. Yeah, a tiny bit in the front seat, and you see how grumpy he is. That was so close to sticking this huge jump. Big hands up for his motivation, though. That was a really, really big drop for a snowboarder.
Hands up for his motivation here on the face for that big jump. Now we have the highlights on the screen.
But this, I was amazed by this. He sticks it if it was like a 3-meter jump, but it was a almost 10-meter jump. And the 3 was beautiful too. Adds a little grab, sticks it, right out of it. And no hesitation at this takeoff. Look at it. Look how far he flies down.
He already had the grab in his hand, and it looks like he's really stable in the air.
Powder, but his nose landed in one of the tracks of the skiers. And that's why his nose just stuck down a little bit, and that was enough to send him cartwheeling.
That's the strategy game you play today.
But I tell you what, if without the track of the skier, he would have landed that perfectly. He has it in his legs.
And we are at the next rider of today's competition. We had number 10, now we have bib number 11, Victor Lourdel. He is from France, he is on the way with his skis, and he is a really, really top skier. He's normally climber, surfer, and has now the 5th place in the freeride world to qualifier ranking. So he really needs some points. Let's have a look what he is in plan for. Going big on the first one. Also some hesitations.
Yeah, I'm not sure the takeoff, the angle of the takeoff was exactly the one he was planning to do, because he put him really close to the rocks in the landing, and I think mid-air he was kind of surprised that those rocks were coming up so close to him, and that probably got him off balance at the landing.
He didn't lose his skis, meaning that he can ride on flow, he can do some jumps, and he will get some points.
Totally, yeah. If he has a perfect run from here down, he will still score some points. But obviously, the range is from 0 to 100 points, and with a big crash like this, he can be sure to lose between 20 or 25 points. So even if he has a perfect run with the bottom, with a deduction of those 24 points, he's not going to be in the upper half of the field, and I think he knows that and just cruises down.
And he plays a really, really fair game. Yeah. He has a look that the landings are still fresh for the riders on top. He's going on the side, enjoying the powder, and we can see how good the snow conditions are today. Meaning also that the landings are not easy.
Yeah, he lands a little bit in the hole of his skier and at a bad angle, so that both of those facts were too much to let him ride out of his plane.
Meine Damen und Herren, es ist angerichtet, wir haben es gesehen, keine einfachen Bedingungen, obwohl sie perfekt wären hier im Montafon. Die Landungen sind voll mit Schnee, das heißt, die Rider können große Cliff-Drops machen, können so richtig reinstampen, aber das bedeutet natürlich auch, wenn man die Belastung am falschen Ort hat, zu weit vorne, zu weit hinten, dann wird man ganz schnell abgeworfen.
Exactly.
Next rider in the start gate, bib number 12 representing New Zealand, Roland Morley Brown.
And he's second in the qualifier ranking at the moment with a good result here. He could be very close to the spot in the World Tour 2020.
Nice nose butter.
The butter 3. Very playful.
Now
Goes to
turning
switch.
to switch.
And
Switch 180. Really nice, stomped clean.
Very playful rider, Molly. Doesn't hit the big features here so far, but very beautifully on the more playful part of the venue.
He's also an experienced rider, already 39 years, and it's his 5th year here at the Freeride World Tour Qualifier Series. And he
Goes
loves to
switch
play in the
again,
snow.
And forward again. Oh, that was unfortunate. That didn't fit his style at all. He seemed so smooth on his feet, but on the very last cliff puts his ass down for a second, and his second to last cliff he missed it. That's a little very difficult entry. You might see it again. I like that one. That was beautiful. Perfect landing. Here he tries to go over to the cliff, but slides down in that traverse, which is keyed out already a little bit. And I think that got his focus distracted a little bit. And that's why this mistake at the end happened. This is very untypical for him to put his ass down.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the guy representing Swiss. He is 26-year-old and he is wearing bib number 13, Alessandro Yoson. His nickname is Yossi, so he is known from the last years here in Montafon. He did cork 3, he did 720s, that's his trick. Last year in Montafon we saw a cork 720 from him, and now he's through the start gate, so let's get it on. Let's go for Alessandro Yoson. Searching a really new feature here.
Yeah,
Landed it perfectly.
Rides the nose all the way to the end, jumps a little farther than the others, very smart, and shows
Yes! That was a flat spin 360, unfortunately also with some problems in the air.
Yeah, they're all going bigger and further than they're thinking, so it's like the 4th time we're seeing an over-rotation of a rider on this cliff.
Also, wir rutschen schon hin und her auf unseren Sesseln, sind aufgeregt, sind nervös vor den ganzen Rider-Runs. Wir haben hier die besten Rider aus ganz Europa. Wir haben sogar Rider aus Amerika hier. Wir haben verschiedenste Nationen hier in der Silvretta Montafon. Und die Show ist an und die Bedingungen sind perfekt. Wir sind bereit und die Rider zeigen das Beste vom Besten.
Die Bedingungen sind fast ein bisschen zu perfekt, die Motivation der Rider, auch in der Riesig. Fast jeder zeigt tolle Tricks, so wie hier dieser Flatspin vom Alessandro. Aber wir haben eigentlich erst einen einzigen Skifahrer gesehen mit einem fehlerlosen Lauf, weil die Bedingungen heute halt alle dazu anregen, richtig Gas zu geben. Und das Einschätzen scheint heute gar nicht einfach zu sein.
So, wir schauen nach oben. We have a look on the top, and on the top is bib number 14, Christophe Charlet from France, representing France with his 29 years.
Yeah, I know Christophe very well. He's had his wild card on the World Tour already. He's been competing for around 8 years now on the qualifiers. A very sturdy rider who can drop and stomp really big cliffs. Let's see what he has in his bag for us today on the Heimspitze. Bonjour tout le monde en France, Christophe Charlet de Chamonix qui est en Corse. Bienvenue à tous les spectateurs de Chamonix qui sont avec nous maintenant. Nice first air,
drop.
très bien fait. Alors deuxième air pour Christopher.
With a front flip!
Oh!
Over-rotating here, the first front flip from the French guy here, Christophe Charlet. Wow.
That was amazing. I haven't seen a snowboard front in a long time. And he did it nicely. Same problem as most other riders, going a bit too far with too much speed, thus over-rotating and adding 2 cartwheels in the snow. Whoa, he has to jump over some ice cubes.
So no excuses here with the perfect conditions, with the fresh snow, with a lot of snow in the landings because of the wind. The wind did a very, very good job. He put all the snow into the landing, meaning that you have to land stable, have to land exactly over your board, not with some weight on the front.
Nice promptly gets ready for the landing and over-rotates a little bit. I wonder if the riders at the top are now gonna adapt their tactics, because there is always some communication by phone, by handheld radio from the riders at the finish line to the riders at the top. And I think they should send some information up there, guys. Go with
So
95%
again, France
rather than
with the
150.
20-year-old Hugo Hoff. Bib number 15, he's now on course and he's going very, very fast in the first section.
Clean first air. See if you can call this the mandatory cliff. So only one track so far in this section. So hard for orientation. See how he finds his way in, slows down.
And now he's heading to the big
big
cliff.
one.
Going with a backflip! Rotating super slow and
so
still
close to
going with a huge backflip. Yeah,
still
props
gets
from
applause
Flo
from-
next to me. And as we could see, he was trying to rotate it super slow, but the landing is so steep. It is such a big cliff that you have to hit it perfectly.
Exactly. And the snow is wind effective. We're seeing this now. It's not super fluffy powder. It is dense. So it needs a perfect landing. You see the landing tracks where the skido comes in now. It is steep enough to stick it, but you have to be perfectly positioned over your body, as just mentioned.
Hugo Hoff from France. He is such a good rider. Was 3rd at the 4-star qualifier in La Rosière, 11th at the Open Faces last year, and now with a crash he lost his ski, meaning that is a no score, and he's gonna be ranked
But
in
look,
the back.
this is a hanging takeoff. They call it so difficult, but still does everything right. Tiny bit in the back seat and to the side, and it's enough to roll him off his skis. And you can also see how quick his ski open. That means that the snow is more dense. Yeah, it catches your ski easier, and your binding opens your ejected.
What a pity for the guy from France. With his 20 years, he is already a top rider. He is ranked 11th now in the Freeride World Tour Qualifier Tour, and he has 2 more chances here in the European region with the next qualifiers. We have 1 more qualifiers from the Open Faces here in Obergurgl, the 4-star, so we're gonna see him for sure at the 4-star in Obergurgl.
Yeah, and the way he just pulled off this backflip under full control, I'm sure he has a great future ahead of him. I was only 24 when I did my first ever freeride competition, and he's 20 and is already performing like one of the big guys on the tour.
For everyone wondering of the person here, you can see the second one is a ski dude. They are in the face, they are ready. If some skiers lose their skis or some problems happen, they can ride exactly to the skier, bring them their gear. And also for the snowboarder, if they lose a helmet, because a snowboard is not easy to lose here in the snow. So, if we look on the top, it's already bib number 16, Clément Beauchataille from France, going with his snowboard, starting, representing France, the guy. Going for his first drop. Really good strategy here, landing in a perfect spot, and now he's facing to the very left of the face. We didn't see any rider here, Flo, did we?
No, that's also very smart to open up a new area, means fresh tracks, better snow, means better landings, but he has to show us some air for sure.
Yes,
Finds
and
a
that's
nice one there in the gully. Woo, first one to come in here.
perfect snow conditions here. You can see he is getting some face shots from the powder and now searching for his last obstacle. Going big on this one, landing it safe.
Landing it safe. It was not a perfect angle, not a perfect speed. He landed very close to those rocks, but just far away enough to stick it. So that's going to be a well-scoring run, no major issues. And very creative line for sure.
For sure not the biggest drops now for him, for the French guy, but it was a very good run. He did a fluent run, and that's what the judges want to see. The judging panel from the snowboarder is led by Dion Newport, the head judge, Georg Joachim and Liz Christofferich. These three guys are rating the riders, the snowboarders here in the field. And we have another panel, it's the ski panel, led by William Cochet, Jochen Mesle and Dodo Konrad. And the next one is Tom Gratatur, bib number 17, now on course. Going with a big 360! Wow! I don't know if he expected the stones to be in this landing so close in front of him.
I do not think so. Uh-oh, approaching the big cliff as well.
What is his plan now? Looking into the couloir.
I do believe he's playing it safe, knowing that after his tumble at the top, there's not going to be an epic score, and decides to skip the big cliff, which I believe is smart because, as I said before, the focus is not there anymore once you crash, and you need to be spot on if you hit a big cliff like that. Any small mistake might be very dangerous.
He's a sports guy, he's a kite surfer, he is at home at La Closa and he knows how to play it safe. Look at this 360. Landing in front of the stones and then with a front flip over it. I'm happy that you are in the finish area now, that nothing happened. And look how fast he is playing with the snow conditions. The guy, he knows that nothing is finished yet and we have some more 4-star contests. And the next one in the starting gate is Florian Bouvet-Fournier from Swiss. Bib number 18 now on course.
He won the Swiss Championships last year and was for sure a very solid rider.
Going into the gnarly steep part now.
Keeps it flowing. Oh, what is he planning here now? A bit sideways, riding the rock even. That was an interesting way to go down there. He was not going for the big jump. He was actually planning to ride the rocks, which worked out well. Just the very bottom got caught up.
And ladies and gentlemen, we see here the current rankings. It's not the official rankings. Leaded from Timmy Schröder, the guy from Germany. Flo, you got a big smile on your face when you see this result. 87 points for the guy from Germany. Followed by the New Zealand Benjamin Evans, 73 points. Yeah. So we have a lot of riders now down here. We are at bib number 19 and we already saw some crashes.
We saw a lot of crashes, but it was it was clear that we had to accept that with the conditions the way that today that people were going to charge. But I'm sure there'll be some clean runs coming up which will make us jump off our feet.
So, und jetzt, Damen und Herren, bitte erheben Sie sich von den Sitzen. Der Österreicher mit Bib Nummer 19, Valentin Reiner. Einer der besten Freunde von Tao Greibich, der derzeit auf der Freeride World Tour unterwegs ist. Gemeinsam sind sie am Arlberg, immer unterwegs in der Schindler. Hat einen 10. Platz in Neuseeland beim 4-Stern und zeigt uns bereits einen riesen 360. Und auch er hat Schwierigkeiten bei der Landung. Varley Reiner jetzt mit dem ersten 360 über das erste Cliff, aber der gibt nicht auf. Ich sag's euch, der fährt weiter.
Füßen kann Ski voran, also er ist noch voll dabei. Natürlich weiß er, dass er da oben Punkte verliert, aber ich glaube, er hat seinen Fokus noch und er fährt, na, wo soll er so hinfahren?
Varley Reiner jetzt. Ich hoffe, du weißt, wo du hin musst. Geht über den höchsten drüber. Perfekt gelandet. Da gibt's Applaus von unserer Seite. Nein!
Oh,
jetzt haben wir es verschrieben.
Einfach der Dolchi auf.
Jetzt haben wir es verschrieben, Flo. Flo, jetzt haben wir es verschrieben.
Ui, das kommt dir, glaube ich, wie an den Valentin, dass du jetzt gesagt hast, das ist so Eisdruck natürlich.
Valentin Reiner, jetzt verliert er unten den Ski und Flo, vielleicht reden wir ganz kurz über diese Eisbrocken, wie du vorher schon erwähnt hast. Was ist denn das genau?
Es ist beim Riders Meeting gestern auch ganz dezidiert darauf hingewiesen worden, da ist eine kleine Lawine abgegangen, wahrscheinlich während dem letzten Schneefall. Aber jetzt schauen wir zuerst einmal den Dreier an. Wunderschön, ein Hauch am Frontseat und ein Überschlag. Aber diese Lawine hat ein paar Eisknödel hinterlassen. Ja? Und genau so eine wird wahrscheinlich im Ski erwischt haben. Schaut, Shifty, stellt das Ding hin. Bam.
Perfekt. Und dann hast du natürlich eine hohe Geschwindigkeit und dann reicht ein kleiner Skibrocken gegen die Bindung und dann macht es natürlich Klack und du stehst mit einem Ski da.
Genau.
So, kriegt jetzt auch noch seinen Ski zugeworfen. Das war nix. Das war nix. Der Ski ist bereits im Ziel unten. Der wartet auf dich. Valentin Reiner. Ja, wunderbarer 360, oben leichte Schwierigkeiten, aber wie er das unten hinausgedrückt hat. Also ohne Probleme, ohne kleinste Schwierigkeiten. Und dann ist es ein kleiner Lawinenbrocken, der ihm dazu Verhängnis wird.
Aber was mir gefallen hat, ist ganz smart gemacht, hat den Speed mehr rausgenommen vor dem Riesencliff. Ja? Und ist mit ganz wenig Geschwindigkeit gerupft und hat das als erster eigentlich clean gestanden. Also genau da liegt der Knackpunkt.
So, aber jetzt. Representing Spain, Thomas Rich, bib number 20 is now on course, going for the Lucas right side, as you called before.
Bienvenidos a España, a Monatfon in Austria.
And he's also heading to the
nice variation.
Lower part of the freestyle cliff. We saw before some front flips, back flips, and yeah, missed landings. And now he's opening a totally new part. Here, I think I never saw someone in Montafon going for this cliff.
I'm not sure he wants to go over it. I think he's looking for the entry. No,
He
does it, but not perfectly. Not sure this was exactly what he had planned. He looked a tiny bit lost there for a second.
now
Shows
puts
us
a
the front side
360.
three. Not a perfect and clean run for Thomas as well. He can do better. He was 4th in the world qualifier ranking 2 years ago. Got really close to qualifying for the tour. But I'm not think he's going to be super happy with his run from today. Stomps the first cliff nicely. Also puts this one down in the steep part, really beautiful. But then it looked like it was a little lost at the takeoff angle here, sent him right onto those rocks. And obviously then it's hard to stick the landing. I think that made him lose his focus, so that's why the 360 at the end didn't turn out as clean as he was hoping for.
So, ladies and gentlemen, and on course is the 18-year-old guy from Swiss, Maxime Chablot, with bib number 21.
I skied with him last week in Engadine. He's not only the junior world champion and also
Going
kitesurfing
for
champion.
it! Cork 720.
Oh!
Also some landings issues for the guy sitting on the 2nd place in the Freeride World Tour qualifier. And this
What a
phase
move.
is one phase you have to remember yourself, because this guy is just 18 years old and he is super good skier, as we saw, also with some freestyle elements. And I think now he lost his track.
He's just going speed to make it sure to air over all the rocks at the landing of this cliff. So another not perfect run for Maxime, and he's capable of perfect runs, but this was not one of those. So risky to go for a 7. So hard to time it for the landing, and he almost put it together.
Let's have a look at this trick again. If we can see it now on your screen, on our screens. He tried to do a
There you
cork
go.
720,
First
going in.
rotation, second rotation, bam!
The rotation was finished. He was perfectly in the landing, but also, as we said, he was not stable, not with his weight directly over the skis, and that's a problem here when you land in the deep snow.
A very experienced guy in the start gate now, Ludovic Gouillard. I was competing with him on the World Tour for a year or two. Then he had a big injury, was back on the tour, and I was trying to qualify again for the tour. So one of the most experienced snowboarders in the field today.
Bib number 22 is now on course here in the Kleine Heimspitze, the face of today's contest, 4-star contest, and he's going big on the
Very
first one.
smart, looks for the fresh landing. See, he went there and he realized where all the others jumped and just took a little bit of a different approach.
Going
Also here,
huge on the second
coming
one.
from the back. Very strong run so far by Ludo, very strong and very smart. Coming in quick to the cliff, stopped for a second.
Yes,
And
landed it
sticks
perfectly.
it.
And he's now crossing the avalanche debris, where it's really difficult to ride through because of these ice pockets.
Very quick, very fluid, and very smart riding by him. So that's going to be close to Timmy Schröder's run for sure, even though he did not show us any tricks. So that's going to be a close match between those two. But this one I like is back to taking off over the back, right in the landing of the other snowboarders and skiers, but still sticking it. Yeah, I think he did exactly what he planned and pulled down one of the few clean runs. We haven't seen a lot of clean runs today yet, Chris.
So we are already at the next rider, bib number 23, Oscar Mandine from France. He should be in the start gate right now. Maybe we lost his track. So we can't see him right now, the 22-year-old guy from France. He really needs a top 10 result in a 4-star competition. He's sitting on the 19th rank in the Freeride World Tour qualifier ranking, meaning for him that he has to improve his score to have a chance of one of the tickets for the Freeride World Tour.
But he is capable of big victories. I see that in 2019 he won the 4-star qualifier in Nantes, which is also one of the most highly regarded 4-star qualifiers in Europe. So he's capable of putting down an awesome show.
So, meine Damen und Herren, wir sehen hier das Startgate. Wir warten noch auf den Rider mit der Bib Nummer 23, Oscar Mandin von Frankreich.
Und alle, die zuschauen, können sich schon bereit machen für den nächsten Fahrer. Dann kommt nämlich unser Local Hero Thomas Feuerstein auf dem Snowboard. Vize-Weltmeister vor 2 Jahren. Unser nächstes Snowboarder nach Oscar Mandin.
Genau. Und if you have any wishes, any congratulations, any greets, we have a live chat here on Facebook. We are ready, it's open. And now we have bib number 23, Oscar Mandin, and he's going fast, taking the mandatory cliff in the beginning and stomped it perfectly.
Again, different angle, fresh powder.
Showing a
diver,
nice,
playful.
stylish shifty with a grab.
Looking very comfortable so far.
So, and now he's searching the entry for his last feature.
Very smart.
Going fast, pulling a backflip, and he's landing. No! Sorry for flipping out in front of our screens. I hope you have the TV not on full volume, but it's on. The freeride action here, I think it was one of the biggest backflips I ever saw here in Montafon.
So much confidence, doesn't even slow down, takes the speed from the last turn and goes right over the cliff, sends it and sticks it, and then what happened, Chris? He looked like he was going to ride out of it, piece of cake.
I think we have to have a close look here in the review what he did. So he's going for his first cliff, finds a perfect pocket for the landing in the fresh snow, and now he's already seeing
like this
his
part
takeoff.
too, keeps the fluidity up, defies his fluff, he doesn't even slow down, goes right for the takeoff.
Right for the takeoff, backflip.
And it looks like he sticks
Stopping
it,
it
on his
perfectly.
feet now.
Oh!
Ski.
So it was again a binding opened in the snow, as you called it before. Wind affected, so maybe there is some hard spots inside. We have avalanche debris, we have some ice pockets. So if you hit these ice pockets with your ski binding, it opens.
Exactly.
And that was his problem that made him fall. And we can see the current ski man ranking. On the first place sitting the guy from Sweden, Mensfors Kellstrand, and with 76 points. On second place, Tom Gratadur from France with 52 points. And on third place, Alessandro Yoson, Switzerland with 42 points. And Flo, meaning we have the second spot with 50 points. That means there is a huge possibility to improve.
We have 12 skiers down, and we have only one score over 52 points, which is exceptional.
Yeah, and we have a lot of place here in front. We have some low scores sitting on the second spot, meaning that there is another show going off. There is a lot of space for new riders coming inside the first podium places. And we are back in a minute. We are back here in Montafon for the contest for the 4-star in 1 minute.
Der Löwe. Ah ja, der König der Tiere. Jetzt schnell einen Red Bull.
Red Bull? Ja, trotzdem bist du nie schneller als der Löwe.
Ich muss ja gar nicht schneller sein als der Löwe. Nur schneller als du.
Red Bull verleiht Flügel.
So, herzlich willkommen, meine Damen und Herren, ein weiteres Mal hier in der Silvretta Montafon zum 4-Stern-Contest der Open Faces. Es ist einer der wichtigsten Contests hier für die Rider, die sich das Ticket für die World Tour sichern wollen. Und Flo, fassen wir es kurz zusammen, was haben wir bisher gesehen?
Ja, die Jungs geben Vollgas. Also wir sind ungefähr das halbe Feld der Skifahrer und Snowboarder durch, haben ganz wenige clean Runs gesehen, haben unglaubliche Backflips gesehen, über 15, fast 20 Meter. 720s, 360s, also wirklich tolle Action, aber die wenigsten haben es geschafft, ihre Leistung bis ins Ziel runterzubringen.
Das Contest Face, die kleine Heimspitze, ist angerichtet. Wir haben 15 cm Neuschnee bekommen in den letzten Tagen. Die Landungen sind gefüllt mit Schnee und jetzt geht's weiter mit dem nächsten Snowboarder, dem Local Hero, hier aus dem Montafon, Thomas Feuerstein. Er war schon auf der World Tour unterwegs, er ist Vize-Weltmeister und der weiß, wie man sich auf einem Brett bewegt.
Genau, 2018 Vize-Weltmeister auf der Tour und da ist es genau, wo wir hin möchten.
With a huge 720! Ein riesen 720 hier vom Vorarlberger Thomas Feuerstein und den landet er fast perfekt.
Fast perfekt, Chris. Wow, nimmt den Schwung voll mit. Ja, das wird für die Judges natürlich schwer. Macht einen tollen Move, einen kompletten Siebener, wie wir sagen. Aber die Landung war natürlich nicht optimal. Er hat das Brett kurz in die Luft gekriegt, das heißt, sein Rücken war im Schnee. Es zählt also als ein Stage 3 oder sogar Stage 4 Landing.
Genau.
Das heißt, die Judges müssen es wie einen Sturz bewerten, auch wenn er gleich weiterfährt. Dann ist die Frage, ob er jetzt mehr Punkte sich abgeholt hat bei dem Sprung oder mehr verloren hat durch den Sturz bei der
So,
Landung.
jetzt sehen wir es nochmal. Kommt er rein mit viel Speed, dreht,
Frontside, erste Rotation, zweite Rotation.
landet ihn eigentlich perfekt, aber hat einfach so einen Impact, dass ihn da nochmal hinausdrückt und er fährt es dann eigentlich auch perfekt hinaus. Ich
Man
weiß
sieht eine
nicht, was die
Spur,
Judges da
er ist
sagen.
weiter gesprungen als die meisten Skifahrer, also ist er sicher über 15, 17 Meter geflogen und dann ist halt die Steilheit nicht mehr so, dass man den leicht hinstellen kann, den Sprung.
So, und wir bleiben gleich in Österreich. Wir bleiben bei BIP Nummer 25. Der junge Mann Sebastian Hirsche, bekannt bereits hier im Monatfon, hat uns letztes Jahr einen riesen 360 gezeigt und geht hier sehr gut drüber über das erste Cliff. Basti Hirsche, der hat die Freestyle-Skills. Der weiß ganz genau, wo er hier ist. Der kennt dieses Face in- und auswendig. Jawohl, geht hier gut drüber, lasst jetzt dieses große Cliff, das wir vorher bei allen anderen Riders gesehen haben, aus und macht hier einen 360, landet den leicht Backseat. Da gibt es natürlich minimale Abzüge für ihn, aber er ist eigentlich erst der zweite Skifahrer, der jetzt da fast fehlerlos hinunterkommt.
Genau, das war ganz flüssig von ihm und ich finde auch ganz smart. Also der hat, glaube ich, schon jetzt seine Taktik angepasst, hat vielleicht über Funk gehört, dass das große Cliff noch keiner gestanden hat clean, hat Variante B ausgewählt und D sauber.
Jawohl, stellt den ersten hier perfekt rein und er macht es brutal clever.
Landen da oben, weil da sind jetzt schon viele Spuren. Und das ist für die Judges ganz wichtig. Das fährt er wunderschön, fährt dieses S da ganz flüssig rein, ohne Zögern und auch da, ohne Bremsen, direkt zu dem 360er. Und der ist auch weit, hat zwar einen Backslap, aber wenn mich fragt, das war sicher einer von den besten Runs.
Gratulation hier von unserer Seite für den 22-jährigen Österreicher, den wir heute mit Sicherheit irgendwo im Ranking ganz weit oben sehen. Derzeit wird er mit Sicherheit auf dem Podium sein, weil er der zweite Skifahrer ist, der ohne Probleme hier hinunterkommt, beziehungsweise nur mit einer leichten Landungsproblem. Und Flo, schauen wir auf die Liste. Wer kommt als nächster? We are going into the USA with bib number 26, Patrick van Horn, going from riders left into the face.
Hits the snow with a cliff, a little smaller than the others, but clean, which is crucial as we saw. A different angle on the freestyle jump, back into the middle of the face, and now approaches cliff bend number 2. Make sure he finds his entry, looking for his landmarks.
He was
Don't
second
stop,
in New
Patrick.
Zealand.
Keep going, keep going. Very rocky here. One or two riders went over this. Yeah, he's riding on the rocks. Almost doubles this one. Unfortunately, gets stuck in the landing. Oh, even though he was slow.
What a bad luck for the guy from USA.
I'm sure he was surprised about the lack of snow in that approach. Some riders had gone down here before and taken away most of the snow.
And here, look at the perfect conditions. He's floating through the powder. He's enjoying his run. Of course, it was a small problem, but we saw that a lot of riders had problems in the landings, in the deep snow, in the packed snow in the landings.
Yeah.
So it's not easy today, but it's perfect here in Montafon.
Yeah. I don't think that Patrick is getting close to Ludo and Timmy, who are our leaders right now, but nevertheless, a solid run by our American snowboarder.
So, ladies and gentlemen, especially welcome to all the people from France watching now the 29-year-old guy, Solan Dejoux. And he was at the riders meeting yesterday and he asked for a special line. I'm really excited if we're gonna see now a totally new drop. He asked to do a traverse here over a couloir. I'm super excited right now.
Let's see.
Let's see. Flo is already leaning back for the action. He is looking at bib number 27, Solan Dejoux representing France.
Bonjour Solin. Bonjour.
Bonjour, good luck here from our side. It takes some more seconds until he is starting. And we can see here the starting gate, how steep it is. So the riders have to climb up for their run. And now he is dropping in with bib number 28.
Whoa!
27.
That was an amazing
Huge one in the beginning, and now he's going to the left floor.
Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats.
Hold on to your seats. This guy is going fast, and this
going
guy
fast.
has a
He
plan,
does
and
what
we
he
don't
has
know what
planned.
his plan is. He's doing the
He's getting
transition, and he's cleaning it. He cleans it. He's stomping it with his legs of titanium.
He just cleared a whole gully.
Ladies, no! And he
What's
lost his
he
ski.
doing?
He lost his
It's
ski.
incredible.
He lost his ski on the last 30 meters, ladies
Chris
and
is
gentlemen.
holding on to
This
me like
was
to tree.
never
Can't
done
believe it.
here in Montafon. It's a totally new
incredible.
cliff. We never saw a traverse over the couloir. The people are freaking out here at the public area Nova Stoba, and if you are not here today, you will be here next year, I'm pretty sure. You have to see this live show here from the Nova Stoba. If you look over to the Kleine Heimspitze and see a guy clearing up a whole
Look
galley.
at the creativity in this line. Already the top was way different from everyone else. And then here, this difficult approach. And he has to jump over the whole couloir. It's about 10 meters in the air. Flies. Sticks it.
Stomping it.
A minor backflip. And now all he has to do is go to the finish and pick up the prize money. And what does he do? He does a front flip
Landing
and loses
in the
ski.
flat part and loses a ski. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that nobody got motivated now in the start gate to do the same. This would be a winning line for today, and we are already again in the snowboard category men, and we have a guy from USA named Che Contreras.
I hope no one else does Solan's line because it might lead to a heart attack of your live stream commentators here at Nova Stoba.
Look at the Nova Stoba. The people are already partying up there with DJ Bademeister and our voice Kai Unterreiner. He is here for the live moderation directly on the terrace. We have sunny weather, we have perfect conditions, and now it's on. I'm missing the words in English, I'm sorry. Der ist ja verrückt. Solan Dijou aus Frankreich zeigt uns hier etwas, was noch keiner im Montafon jemals gedacht, probiert oder angedacht hatte.
Na, nicht nur im Montafon, ich glaube weltweit sind solche Moves ganz selten. Ein Traverse Jump über eine Rinne ist was man ganz selten sieht. Aber wir wechseln wieder auf Englisch. We switch back to English for Jake Contreras from the USA.
So, let's have a look what the snowboarders are doing.
Very smart. Stops for a second at first cliff, making sure he hits a fresh powder for the landing, which for snowboarding is crucial at the size of this cliff. Comes in, gives us a big backflip. Same problem as so many riders. Goes a little further than he thought, but doesn't hesitate at all. Keeps on riding, adds next air straight away, and is already at the final big cliff. Taking his speed out.
I think for
approaching his
this cliff you
takeoff.
need some speed because we can't see the landing here, but he cleared it out. Little
And finds
issues.
another cliff, but we can only see the landing. Very creative line here. A lot of jumps and a nice backflip. I don't think it's gonna be dangerous for the top two guys in snowboarding, which showed us the clean runs.
Let's have a
But
look
definitely
again.
from the upper half of the
So
field.
he has one major cliff on the top.
Yep. Then the backflip. Look at, I like this how he puts the board sideways, very in the air, very stylish. Whoa, so much action here, Chris. We hardly have time to breathe, do we?
We have no time to breathe, and we are ready for our next rider. We are ready for bib number 29, Dante Pritic from Sweden. And I looked up some words, and it's called lycka till, if I spell it right, and means good luck for the guy in the start gate right now with bib number 29.
Look at the Dante, yeah, very nice guy. He came to us yesterday and said, I don't have a GoPro mount for my helmet. How can I film my run? Luckily, our star photographer, Mia, had a GoPro mount for him, so he can film his run. And if it's a good run, we're going to see it as well in the highlights later on.
So it will be a good run for the guy. He's sitting on the 24th position in the Freeride World Tour qualifier ranking with just one result, meaning that he needs another good result, and also he has some issues on top. What a pity. Now it's gonna be a strategic game flow. What do you think for the riders coming up?
I think he was not happy with his landing. He stopped. It looks like he did hurt himself to some extent at the landing up there. It didn't look all that spectacular. So he's moving, he's fine, but some part of his body must hurt. Not clear from here what it is, but look at our amazing safety crew. Not even 10 seconds after his stop, he has someone of our first aid crew right there with him.
Let's talk about the safety. Let's talk about one of the biggest issues here in the qualifier in the freeride series. We have 10 people for mountain safety up there. We have 6 ski dudes. They are all over the face. They are ready. If something happens, they are in 3 seconds. They are at the rider. Let's have a look again. He's landing with a shifty. Going back sit and then twisting his knee, as it looks like.
It looked like his right knee went. The right ski went out to the right. Hopefully, it didn't injure his knee in a bad way there.
That's
it was
why
it was not a spectacular crash, but it looked like the ski caught an old skier's track and went sideways.
In the most cases, it's not a spectacular crash, which is the most dangerous. It's normally when you just fall down in the snow. I think everyone knows the problem, and that's why we have Dr. Hannes Lechner right in the face. So he will get some rescue. He will get also some help from our doctors. I hope he will be good soon, and I hope he can compete further in this season. Now look at this beautiful venue. The Kleine Heimspitze, ladies and gentlemen. If you were never here in Montafon, I can just tell you it's the freeride hotspot #1, and it's also the slope hotspot #1. You have endless slopes, endless possibilities, and we are directly in the middle of the contest, and now we have some time to look at the starting list from the girls. The girls starting with bib number 30, Anna Martinez from France, then 32, Michaela Holsten from Finland, 34, Claire McGregor, Siobhan Shellis, Maria Kushma, Linda Schmitter, and Randa Larkin with 42 from the US. That's the snowboard starting list of today's girls snowboarding. And we have a look at the ski woman. Coming up with the first one, leader from the Freeride World Tour Qualifier Tour, Zuzanna Witic from Poland, Emily Terranet from France, Charlene Plonzance from France, and Swedish, Swiss, Denmark, France. We have a lot of nationalities, and an Austrian girl, Claudia Klobasa, here on the Kleine Heimspitze competing for the 4-star contest.
Yeah, we have to excuse ourselves with our people watching because we're so caught up in the act that we didn't even realize we're at the end of our male skiers and snowboarders field, and the girls are already coming up.
So we have still some men skiers on top, but the men snowboarders are now done. So coming up next is bib number 30, Anna Martinez, the first girl in the snowboard category of today's competition. And this is a very, very young girl. She's just 19. She is the 2019 Freeride Junior World Champion from Kappel last year. So she knows already how to ride the junior competitions and is now heading for the 4-star open classes with the chance to get a ticket for the Freeride World Tour 2021. And we can see our starter chef Annika Frühauf. She's always on the top. She counts the last 5 seconds for each rider and then tells them good luck, and hopefully we see us in the bottom with a good run for the first lady here starting, Anna Martinez from France.
Exactly. Bonjour une autre fois à tout le monde en France qui est avec nous maintenant. Bonjour à Germany et bonne chance à 19 incroyable.
And we have a very talented guy next to me, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know him, it's Flo Ori, 3 times vice champion on the Freeride World Tour. And he has a lot of languages he can speak. Flo, that was some French. Can you say some more sentences in French for our French watchers, for our French spectators?
Yeah, bien sûr. Ouais, c'est difficile aujourd'hui pour les skieurs, les snowboarders. Les conditions sont excellentes, vraiment. Mais la neige est un peu... Ouais, c'est dur. il y a quelques spots où la neige est un peu plus dure qu'on pense. Je pense que ça c'est pourquoi beaucoup de riders ils ont des problèmes avec les landings et l'atterrissage.
L'atterrissage. I didn't understand anything. I'm sorry. I'm not a French speaker. My only possibility is Italian, but as I saw, we don't have any Italians here, so I will just say some words in English, some words in German. We are switching up. We're right at the contest here in Montafon, and yeah, it's hot, 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 I would say.
Yeah, it's hot in here. The action is hot. It's cold outside. The snow is powdery. Yeah, we had a little warm-up session this morning, and it's actually great snow up here. Freeriding in Montafon is amazing. There's so much terrain here to be covered, so it's even after weeks without fresh snowfall, there's always some powder to be found here somewhere, and I hope for Anna that she finds the good snow right now as well.
And here the Open Faces crew did a perfect job with nearly 40 people working on this spectacular stop here in the Silvretta Montafon, and the snowboard panel from the judges is now ready. As I heard in the radio, they said they are ready for the next rider, and the next rider is bib number 13. It's the first girl from today's contest, Anna Martinez from France. We already had a small introduction, and she's just 19-year-old, so she's really, really excited for her run, and now dropping inside.
"19 years, Chris, already with the best in the world."
Competing with the best, and we can see there are a lot of tracks already in the beginning, so it's not easy. It's more like a bump track, and also for her some little issues in the landing from the first cliff. What do you think? I think we gotta see the girls riding more on the rider's right side here.
For sure. Unfortunately now getting hung up in landing and does 4 cartwheels. I love her motivation, no hesitation at the jump, but it did not pay off for her. I'm sure she's fine. It was soft snow where she tumbled, collapsed with the snow and keeps riding.
So
but she for sure had something else in mind when she approached that cliff.
For her it means now cleaning up the head, getting the concentration back after tumbling, after her second jump. And maybe for us it's some time to explain the judging criteria of today. What is important, Flo? What are the criteria the judges are making the points?
Well, I'm not sure we have time to talk because Anna definitely keeps on riding. I have no idea where she plans to go, but it seems pretty extreme. Putting herself over a big cliff.
Does she really know where she is right now? I'm not sure. She has some hesitation. Now she's opening her binding. I think she lost her track. It's not easy, as we told before, because you can't see the landings, you can't see where you're going. You have to imagine you're on the top, you're just seeing the 3 terraces and nothing in between. No jumps, no landings. You have to be 100% sure that if you're going over a cliff, that it's the perfect direction and you have a landing spot.
And we realized before, after her tumble, that she put her hands up to her goggles a couple of times. So maybe she had some snow in there or lost some visibility, and that's why she eventually got lost on the way to her last feature.
Let's check it again. The first cliff, and now we
That was
see
a nice solid jump.
diving in with the nose and then tumbling down. So we have some time until she's back on track. We have 5 judging criteria, Flo. What are the criteria?
Well, number 1 is the line that you as rider choose. Obviously, we have only 2 gates, a start gate and 1 at the finish line. In between, you're free to go wherever you are. And the more creative the line, the higher your score in the line category. Then we have air and style. Obviously, your jumps. Are you going over your cliffs and as straight air, or you're putting in, as we saw today, back flips or front flips, rotations,
Cork 720s, everything.
Yeah. The third category, obviously fluidity. How do you link your airs? How fluid can you ride your line? Every time you stop for a second, you lose a point. The more fluid, the better. And then obviously control, a big issue today. So many riders having troubles to control their speed at the landings, to ride out of the jumps clean. And then of course technique. Judges, and we don't want to see riders side slipping down the face. Yeah, we want proper turns and clean turns. And all these 5 criteria, they go into one overall impression score, which is between 0 and 100, and determines the final ranking of the rider.
So the riders start in the start gate with 50 points, and they get some bonus points or some deductions for the 5 criteria, which were explained by Flo. And if a snowboarder or skier stops for a second, as you told, every second you're gonna lose a point. And we have some really, really good judges. As I told you, 2 judging panels. 1 panel is for the skiers, 1 panel is for the snowboarders, meaning that we can go on, and the judging panels always have 1 rider in a break to have time to make their scores. And what is really interesting, we have in the 4-star competitions, we have some head judges from the Freeride World Tour, and they are looking that everyone gets a fair score, so they are coming from France directly to us and then sitting as a head judge here in the ski and snowboard panel. And now a very interesting guy, Edur Gorospe Roldan. We saw him in couple, he was winning couple. This guy is a really, really good skier, and also he has some hesitations in the beginning.
What's going on in the landing of that cliff turn? No, he didn't hesitate, but it almost seems like he landed on a rock, and that rock stopped one of his skis and sent him into a forward tumble.
He is based in Innsbruck, and I know him from the last stop from Kappel. He is a really, really good rider. He started to compete and already won his first 3-star contest, got the wild card for today, and now he is unlucky with his first jump getting caught because of the weight in the front, as we can see right now. Landing perfectly, then find a side track and tumbled, lost his ski, meaning that he's getting a no score for this run. So he is ranked in the lower part of our ranking list, and I think it's already time to talk about strategies of today, Flo.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do anything wrong so far. We can see, if you look closely in the landing areas where we had like over 10 to 15 landings, there are some rocks to show. So I wonder if it's possible for head of competition and safety to tell the riders potentially to change their approach to the top cliff band and potentially choose a cliff up there which still has clean landings.
Jetzt, meine Damen und Herren, schauen wir uns einmal die Public Area an. Da geht's ab mit DJ Bademeister. Die Leute winken uns jetzt hier in den Screen. Gute Stimmung hier auf der Nova Stoba in der Silvretta Montafon. Und es ist angerichtet. Kai Unterreiner, The Voice, wir sehen ihn rechts neben dem DJ Bademeister. Jetzt ein Close-Up von ihm, der Mann, der eigentlich immer nur ein Lächeln im Gesicht hat, wenn er seine Tracks spielt. Und wenn Sie, meine Damen und Herren, zu Hause sagen, den Sound, den ich da im Hintergrund höre, die Musik ist toll, schauen Sie auf Spotify, da gibt es eine Playlist unter Open Faces DJ Bademeister, und dort finden Sie die aktuellen Infos zu seinen Sounds. Und jetzt sehen wir nochmal Edur Gorospe Roldan, den jungen Herrn aus Spanien, der jetzt den Powder genießt, das Face hinunterfährt. Für ihn ist es natürlich vorbei, nachdem er den Ski verloren hat. Und ich glaube, den werden wir in Zukunft noch einige Male sehen. Es gibt von ihm einige Videos im Internet von riesen 360s. Also dieser Mann hat's drauf. Aber jetzt zurück mit der Konzentration, zurück in unser Starterfeld. Wir sind bereits bei den Damen in der Kategorie Snowboard angelangt. Und ganz oben steht die Dame mit der Nummer 32, Michaela Holsten von Finnland.
Genau, 31 Jahre alt, das ist eine ganz erfahrene Fahrerin, die schon seit vielen Jahren auf der Free World Qualifier Serie um Punkte gibt.
Genau, sitzt derzeit on the 3rd place of the Freeride World Tour Qualifier European Ocean region.
So she has all chances to qualify for next year's Freeride World Tour.
In the girls category we have 1 ticket, so the best girl on the snowboard in Europe has the ticket for the Freeride World Tour 2021. And she's now through the start gate and her run is opened.
Yeah, she already has 3 4-star third places, so a first or second would definitely put potentially in the lead. Oh, and if she goes for cliffs like that, she's gonna get big scores. Very difficult takeoff.
And also for her, not easy to land this cliff. We saw already 3 riders having problems after this drop.
Yeah, tactics, Riz. I think this day is all about tactics. After so many riders struggling to get perfect runs, if I was up there right now, I would definitely not supersize my jumps. I would rather take away some speed.
But now have a look, she's going into the steep couloir. She really wants to show us how good she is in riding her snowboard. Now heading to the couloir. It's not easy to get through there. I was there in 2015 when the first time at the Kleine Heimspitze the contest took place, and I went through this gully, and it's not easy.
No, very creative line choice for her. Not easy to keep the speed up in this part of the face. Now that she's at the open bottom cut, she can go full speed again.
But watch out
Michaela
for the
Holsten.
ice pockets. Michaela Holsten, we can mark her name because she will and she wants to be on the tour the next years. She has some more chances. We have 2 more 4-stars in the European region. We have one in Obergurgl and we have one in Röldal and we have another one in Nenda. So there is plenty of chances here. So here we see the finish area of the skiers, snowboarders, men and women. And we are already more than half here in the freeride contest 4-star from the Open Faces. We have perfect conditions. We have seen a lot of good jumps. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to send us a feedback, some comments, some greetings, don't be scared. Just log on in Facebook, go to Open Faces page and write us a message. And we will send the message then directly to the riders in our live stream of today's competition. And we have the next rider from Austria, der Österreicher Andreas Jenewein, der hier zum ersten Mal in Montafon startet. Und jetzt geht's los für ihn, Bib Number 33. Jawohl, nimmt den ersten hier safe, sehr gut.
Seite, wo noch mehr Schnee zu finden ist. Das ist gescheit.
Jetzt mit einem großen 360. Und auch er hat Schwierigkeiten bei der Landung, steht aber sofort wieder auf, fährt weiter. Und jetzt heißt es für ihn in Richtung großes Mandatory Cliff, Big Air.
Kein Zögern.
Jawohl, nimmt das hier weit und steht es. Jetzt noch aufpassen, einmal durch die gefrorenen Eisbrocken, und das heißt für Andreas Jenewein, das war kein schlechter Run. Leichte Schwierigkeiten oben, da gibt es natürlich Punkteabzug, aber der 360 bringt natürlich auch Punkte dazu und wir haben nicht so viele Skifahrer, die heute ohne Fehler hinuntergefahren sind.
Na, es war flüssig, es war direkt, denn oben hat das super gestanden und der Dreier, den sendet auch weit und schau, wie der fliegt.
Korkt den fast ein bisschen ein, ist dann ein bisschen Backseat in der Landung, also das heißt, das Gewicht hinten, natürlich bringt es die Ski nach vorne und jetzt den letzten Sprung.
Nimmt den Schwung mit, ja, kein Zögern. Ja, war mit dem Rücken nicht im Schnee, also da wird er gar nicht schlecht abspringen, das sage ich dir. Ja.
Andreas Jenewein, der hier mit einer Wildcard standet. Unten sieht man noch Valentin Reiner mit der Nummer 19, der da ganz genau zuschaut. Natürlich kennen sich die alle, die besprechen die Lines. Und jetzt schauen wir wieder hinauf auf den Start. Wer steht dort oben? Es ist Bib Number 34, Claire McGregor from New Zealand, representing New Zealand in her run. And also for her, it's important to collect some points for the freeride world to qualify.
Well, Claire has been ruling this season on the qualifiers. She already won 2 4-stars this season and has a 2nd place in the 4-star. So if she wins today, it'd be a perfect qualified season with 3 victories and 3 4-stars, and she would not be able to be overtaken by any other snowboard girl anymore, and has her spot on the Freeride World Tour 2021 already secured.
So she has the 1st place in La Rosière at the 4-star qualifier, a 1st place in Les Arcs. There the contest was stopped after the snowboard women, so for the skiers and for the snowboard men and ski women there was no contest, and the snowboard ladies finished the contest in Les Arcs, so 1st place for her and the 2nd place at the New Zealand Winter Games 4-star, so she could do another 1st place here and then everything is safe.
And what's interesting is she did quite a few years on the qualifying series and then took a break in 2018. Yeah, didn't do any comps and then came back stronger than ever.
So stronger than ever, the girl from New Zealand, Bib number 34, starting now through the start gate.
Yeah, good luck for Kiwi girl Claire McGregor. We see it's getting fairly bumpy up there, huh? We've seen a solid 30 riders going through here.
Now we have the
beautiful view now from the drone. Wow. Once again, now the steepness really shows in these pictures.
look how the snow conditions are perfect for the riders. We have the drone perfectly showing her on her next feature. She's searching, I think, the big drop here. Yes, stomping it.
Nice, Claire, yeah. I think we can tell that she's aware of the problems that so many others had. Taking it easy, no hesitation. Going over the blind cliff, and seems like it's
And now riding it out straight.
Full speed at the bottom. Claire McGregor racing towards the finish line.
Claire McGregor, the 30-year-old New Zealand snowboard lady, is now heading to the Freeride World Tour, I think.
She has a very good chance to. Well, we still have a couple of riders up there, but that middle cliff jump was really nice. Super controlled. And I particularly like this one.
Without any hesitations, she's riding out straight into the finish area, straight to get some high fives from her colleagues down there. The riders know each other, and the next guy is known very well, Julian Hampton with bib number 35, representing New Zealand, now on his track on the Kleine Heimspitze.
I just hope for him that he got the info that there are some rocks in his landing. Whoa, he manages to land right next to those pepper rocks with some issues, but stays his feet, which is more than many others can say. It goes for a big backflip.
Oh, and he
Into
did
a
the
front
backflip
roll.
last year as well. Now I'm excited because here he did a hand drag 360 the last year. So he breaks a little bit to be safe, play the game safe here. Julian Hampton from New Zealand, he is sitting on the 5th rank in the Freeride World Tour qualifier ranking, so he has the chances to get one of the tickets for the Freeride World Tour here in Montafon, with a 4th place in New Zealand, the 2-star, and a 50th place in Les Arcs.
What's strange to me, it seems that he did skip his last feature. He landed the first cliff with some issues, went for this beautiful
backflip here from the guy.
So far. Goes into a front roll, and then we're waiting for feature number 3, but he just rides down from there. So either he decided that with this front wheel he was not ready for another feature, or something else must stole his attention.
In his information he says he loves triple front flips. We saw a front flip from him today, but not a planned one because he got stuck into the snow. The guy from Mount Olympus, and we are looking on our next rider because this girl is coming from Austria, aus Österreich. Siobhan Schellis on the snowboard female category, starting with bib number 36.
Ja, für die Chevy können wir auf Deutsch wechseln. Die haben wir schon in vielen, vielen Contests gesehen. Österreichs Meisterin letztes Jahr, 2019. Und auch heuer hat sie schon 2 Siege in sich, beim 3-Stern in Kappel und beim 2-Stern in Les Arcs.
Und jetzt schau her, was sie da für einen großen Felsen nimmt. Sie hat zu mir gestern noch beim Riders Meeting gesagt, ich werde einfach meinen Kopf ausschalten. Ich will diesmal nicht für Punkte fahren, ich will nämlich den Contest gewinnen, und genau sowas muss man dann machen. Man sucht sich ein großes Cliff und versucht es natürlich klar zu stehen.
Genau. Super schön flüssig. Jetzt bin ich gespannt, was hat sie noch für uns beim letzten.
So, jetzt heißt es nicht mehr stehen bleiben, hineindroppen. Wir sehen leider die Landung nicht, aber sie macht es perfekt. Hier ist jetzt im steilen Part, und jetzt heißt es nochmal Achtung auf die Eisbrocken, Achtung auf diese kleinen Hindernisse, die sich da im Schnee verstecken. Nicht leicht zu sehen, und ich glaube, sie wollten noch rüber zu dem letzten Felsen.
Da ist der letzte, schau, da will sie hin.
So, da braucht man jetzt einen Schwung.
Genug Schwung, dass du über den Windkolb drüber kommst.
Jawohl, steht das Ganze. Oben leichte Schwierigkeiten für unsere Riderin aus Österreich. Ja, Flo, wie würdest du das Ganze bewerten jetzt?
Ja, auch von ihr kein perfekt cleaner Run, aber in Anbetracht dessen, was wir heute gesehen haben, dass fast alle Reiter Schwierigkeiten haben, glaube ich, muss sie mit dem sehr zufrieden sein.
Ich glaube, das ist sie auch. Sie hat da nochmal oben geschaut, wo kann ich hier landen, wo ist vielleicht noch eine Spur. Da erwischt dann natürlich ein kleines Landing Pocket, und das ist dann schwierig auszufahren.
Da hat sie einen kleinen Absitzer, aber der kostet wie viele Punkte. Was mich freut, dass sie am Schluss das letzte Cliff noch mitgenommen hat. Das hat ihr sicher nur einen guten Push gegeben.
So, die Nummer 36 ist im Ziel und wir schauen auf unsere Liste. Dort steht nämlich ein Mann aus Schweden mit 24 Jahren, 24 years old, David Deliv from Sweden. And also for you, Lycka till for your run. He is at home in Åre. He's now sitting on the 7th place in the Freeride World Tour Qualifier Series, meaning for him that he needs a good score to improve his rank and has a chance.
He's looking very Swedish.
Blonde here, and don't get confused. Most of the riders have a safety, how can I call it, safety panel in their mouth, because if they stomp big cliffs, they don't want to break their teeth. That's why they all wear tooth protection.
Yeah, like the boxers do in the ring.
We found the English word for it.
Exactly.
Tooth protection also for him, bib number 37. And when we look at his results, he is a guy competing in every Freeride World Tour Qualifier 3 and 4 star. He had a 5th place in La Rosière, a 12th place at the New Zealand Winter Games 4 star, a 7th place in the Scandinavian Big Mountain Championship, bringing him on the 7th rank, and he needs more than 800 points here to improve himself. And 800 points, that would mean that he has to be under the top 10, and that's possible for today.
It's definitely possible.
Also, he's going for the major cliff here, looks for a landing, stomping it perfectly.
Yeah. He has done 11 competitions in the last 12 months, so a lot of competition experience under his belt for David. A new approach here. Nice one.
And now he is heading to the big cliff, to the
speed away, riding to the end. Very
biggest
smart, very
takeoff.
smart.
Finding a new pocket and riding it out perfectly. The guy from Sweden. Now, of course, he will score under the top 10 today, and he will improve himself. He has to be happy, and we see he's waving his arms. Perfect pictures here out of Montafon, Vorarlberg from the Kleine Heimspitze, and now getting a huge hug from the last snowboard girl, Chevy Shellis, because they know they party together, and of course after such a run you get a high
He
five.
played it so smart. For all his 3 features, he took away the speed, he made sure he had a clean landing. The first ride we saw, a straight line.
Look at this,
The
look
intro,
at this.
He goes so slow, very controlled, and that gives him
That's
a chance to take it.
15 meters of height easily for the guy from Sweden, and we are already at bib number 38, Maria Kushma from New Zealand, going in the snowboard ladies category.
No time to breathe for us. Maria with a lot of experience under her belt. She was on the Freeride World Tour last year and had 4 4th places under her belt, which unfortunately was not enough to keep her on the tour, but she's ready to re-qualify.
She's ready to re-qualify, as you said, and she needs a few highlights, a few jumps to really get her podium place here in the Montafon.
She is an architect, so it should be easy for her to plan a nice line. If you can plan a house, you can actually plan a line as well.
Planning the line is important, and also she is going for the rider's right side. I don't think we just saw one rider going on this side, so the landings are pretty fresh here, and I think she's going for that. Yeah, she's going for the next cliff here.
Yeah, another one of those rollovers where it's so hard to see where you're going. She managed as well with just a tiny little stop, and I'm sure she's lining up one last bottom cliff for us here. There's a big selection coming up right below her.
And if you want to see the results, the pictures, the videos from the competitions, from the Open Faces, just click into the open-faces.com page, and we have the live results. It's not the official ones because there can be some changes in the score, but it's the results, and you can look it up in our website. If you have any questions, just write us a comment, just write us a message, and we have the highlights from the girl riding here, Maria Kushma from New Zealand, bib number 38.
Yeah, nice and fluid run for Maria. I'm sure she'll be happy. And who's our next rider, Chris?
Our next rider is from Austria. We switch to the German language. Auf Deutsch Nummer 39, Mathieu Schwandner. Auch er erst 21 Jahre alt, ein Surfer. Das heißt, er weiß, wie es ist, im tiefen Schnee unterwegs zu sein. Jetzt mit einem super Drop macht er einen kleinen Shifty mit Grab noch dazu und er nimmt sich viel Schwung mit.
Total clean bis jetzt. Kein Trick, kein Backflip, aber ganz clean Landungen, auch die letzte. Ja, das war eine taktische Fahrt, ich sage da. Den haben seine Jungs auch gesagt, hey, wir haben fast keine hohen Scores, ganz viele Phasen gestürzt. Mach nichts zu Riskantes, mach's eher easy, fahr mit 90% und das hat er gemacht und hat richtig schön clean untergezogen.
Und draußen hört man es jubeln für den Mann aus Österreich, Mathieu Schwandner, jetzt im Ziel unten mit einem soliden Run. Natürlich haben ihm einige Highlights gefehlt, aber wie du schon richtig gesagt hast, der macht das natürlich gescheit. Der weiß, da sind nicht viele gestanden, da gibt es keinen hohen Score und der braucht die Punkte. Sitzt derzeit auf dem 115. Platz und hat erst 2 Results, das heißt, er wird sich auf jeden Fall verbessern heute und dann ganz weit nach vorne schießen.
Gerade mit so 21 Jahren müsste es auch lernen, taktisch fahren, das hat er super umgesetzt. Aber es geht schon wieder weiter.
Aber jetzt zurück, bib number 40 from Swiss, Linda Schmitter. She forgot her bib yesterday at the barbecue, at the riders barbecue, but she got it returned from our mountain guide, Max.
Super schöner Oberteil von ihr. Sie war letztes
Die
Jahr
genießt's.
Sie war letztes Jahr hier schon Zweite, also die schnellste auf jeden Fall von den Mädels, total flüssig sie am Weg und wirklich kein einziges Problem bis jetzt in ihrer Fahrt. Jetzt bin ich gespannt, was sie im unteren Teil zeigt. Sie hat noch 2 Featurebänder. Fahrt da, wo auch die Maria gefahren ist, aber richtig flüssig. Also Christi gefällt mir richtig gut, wie das da fährt.
Fahrt das richtig flüssig, genießt den Tiefschnee hier. Man sieht, dass sie Spaß hat und das kann sie auch. Sie wird mit einem Lächeln dort unten ankommen im Ziel. Unsere Riderin aus der Schweiz, Linda Schmitter, hier mit einem sehr, sehr intelligenten und einem Hochgenuss.
Also es hat mir jetzt richtig Spaß gemacht zuschauen. Wir sehen so oft Mädels, die in ganz schwieriges Gelände eingehen oder auch große Felsen springen und Probleme, die zu stehen. Sie ist genau in ihrer Komfortzone gefahren und ist richtig mit Speed runtergezogen. Gerade diese Schlüsselstelle, schau, bleibt überhaupt nicht stehen, obwohl das so runterrollt. Springt ab wie flache Landung, fährt es außer. Also das hat mir sehr gut gefallen und ich kann mir vorstellen, dass auch die Judges da eine Gaudi gehabt haben mit dem Run von der Linda.
Perfekt gemacht von der Dame, die derzeit auf dem 45. Platz sitzt. Letztes Jahr war sie Zweite, das heißt, sie weiß, wie sich das anfühlt, im Monatfon bei der großen Flower Ceremony am Abend auf dem Podium zu stehen, wo dir die Leute zujubeln und das wird sie eventuell heute auch wieder spüren. Wir haben aber noch einige Damen oben und jetzt im Startgate steht der nächste Herr, der Führende in der Freeride World Tour Qualifier Series. Rank number 1, Maël Olivier from France. He is the leader. He has the best chances to get a ticket for the Freeride World Tour and he's now ready to start with our starter on the top.
Première dans le ranking pour les Freeride World Qualifier en Europe pour 2020, Maël Olivier.
He was first in La Rosière at the 4-star qualifier. He has a 5th place at the 4-star qualifier in New Zealand. And now he wants a next podium. And let's see what this guy is showing to us. Maël Olivier now on track.
Very smart to the top, looks for the air, that still has good snow. And
Showing
a
a
beautiful flat spin
360.
3.
Perfect. Perfect 360, perfect feature. He was really doing it very good. A perfect pocket he found for the landing. And now let's see what he's going for the huge send with a grab and stomping it. Stomping it clean now. Stand on your feet.
Don't lose his key before the finish line, please, man.
And when we are excited, these guys just have fun in the snow. Maël Olivier, the guy from France, with a perfect run. Also, he did it very strategically, I think.
Yeah, very smart. I'm pretty sure that he changed the cliff at the top, knowing that the landings are bad, and he jumped the freestyle kicker from the other side, giving him a perfectly fresh landing. Yeah.
And now look at this one, the big drop in the end. He gets it a little bit lower as the others, finding a perfect landing pocket, stomping it. And then it's just going straight, waving the arms, smiling and getting to the finish area.
Where others struggled, he made it look super easy. Congratulations, félicitations, Maël. Très bien fait, très bien fait.
A first place and a 5th place and the next podium coming right now. The next rider, girl category snowboard, Randa Larkin.
Randa is 36 years old, started riding freeride competition only in 2016, but has gained a lot of experience in the meantime, and is currently sitting in 5th place. So with a good result, she has all the chances to be on the World Tour next year, qualifying for the American ranking.
Yes, taking the first
Nice.
jump, very safe, found a really, really good landing area. Showing us some nice powder turns here. Of course, the riders have to enjoy the perfect conditions here.
She has some power in her legs. Those front turns are beautiful. Whoa, difficult terrain, Randa. Where is she gonna head?
She's now searching her last or her next feature.
Nice, no hesitation, steep entry.
Perfect,
Puts
she's
the board
standing
in the
on her
fall line
feet.
again.
Clearing out the last part, and now
Yeah, I
where we
think
saw
it's gonna show
Chevy,
us one more.
she's taking it with a little bit more speed. Yes,
Woo, fighting to stay on her feet.
fighting with the last muscles back after riding the Kleine Heimspitze. And now she fell over. I'm not sure if this one is counted for the judges. I don't know where the judging line, normally it's the finish area, and just if you reach the finish area, you're safe.
That is very hard to say. The face is quite wide at the bottom, so if as a rider you arrive at the far right as left, the far locus right, you might not make it to the finish arch, which not automatically means you're disqualified. But I'm not sure if this cat track was defined as the judge line or not. I'm pretty sure the judges are debating this right now as we're speaking.
Yeah. The judges are debating for sure, because it was not already the finish area, it was shortly before. And when we look in our starter field, we have now the last 3 ski men on top with bib number 43, Maxime Buffet. Then a rider from Austria, Jakob Ernst, with a wild card here in Montafon, and bib number 45, Adrien Hildrebrand. These are the last 3 skiers of today's competition, and we have the ranking from the ski men, showing a Swedish guy sitting on the first place, Mansfors Kellstrand, the Swedish with 76 points, then Sebastian Hirsche, the Austrian guy, with 72 points, and David Delif with 68. So these scores show us that there is still some improvements to be done for the skiers. There are chances for the podiums, and this guy on top is smiling with bib number 43, Maxime Buffet. It looks like he has some really, really good sound on his ear, because some riders, as you told me before in the evening, are riding with sound.
Yeah, me personally, I never liked it. I like to hear the sound of the snow rushing the air as I do my cutbacks and turns. But some riders have some rock music or something even more, techno to push them even more as they're going down the slope.
They are excited. Die sind natürlich nervös hier oben, wenn es heißt, dass Montafon öffnet seine Pforten für den Open Faces 4-Stern Qualifier. Und wir sehen jetzt oben im Startgate Maxime Buffet from France, representing France with bib number 43. And as I hear now in the radio, the judges are ready down there, and he is ready now, clicking on his GoPro to film his run, to have afterwards some replays, and he is dropping in.
Left, starting in 3, 2, 1.
Dropping in bib number 43. Taking this one really, really good on the side, not avoiding the bumps from the other riders. And with a huge grab here, showing us that he loves to ride into the snow, in the snow, loves to ride the conditions, going very, very fast on the last one. Well, I thought he's going over it.
Oh, no, there would be a flat landing. No hesitation there. Last cliff.
Yes.
Spread eagle for us. One of the fastest runs we've seen so far. Lacking the big features, but smart for sure, and with a lot of freedom.
Also a strategically run for him. He knew that a lot of riders fell down, lose their skis, so he was playing it safe down here at the Kleine Heimspitze to collect some points, to collect maybe a top 10 result.
Showing some strong legs at the landing of his first cliff there, just before more rocks are coming up. Nice speed tail grab here. the last feature, a spread eagle at the very bottom.
So, if you click into our website open-faces.com, open-faces.com, meine Damen und Herren, dort können Sie die Live-Rankings, die vorhergehenden Rankings sehen. Wir haben noch immer den Schweden Mens Folkesen auf Platz 1 und unter den ersten Top 10 sehen wir auch einen Österreicher, Sebastian Hirsche auf Platz 2, auf Platz 4 Andreas Jenewein mit 65 Punkten, gefolgt von Julian Hampton 60 Punkten, Tom Gratatour von France 52 points, Maxime Chablot Swiss 46 points. So if you just go down very fast and take some safety jumps, you will be under the top 10, meaning that you can get a really high score. And we see the live pictures from the start gate with our next starter, the young gun from Austria, Jakob Ernstl, Nummer 44. Auch der ist nervös, das sieht man schon. Der hat auch Musik auf den Ohren, der lenkt sich etwas ab von der Nervosität, der ist bereit für seinen Run und es ist noch ein ganz junger Rider, Flo.
Ja, wir haben ja schon vorher geredet über seinen Bruder, der noch jünger ist, der im Alpbachtal sogar als Vorläufer eine gute Figur gemacht hat und auf dem Podium gelandet wäre. Also da kann man uns von Jakob halt, glaube ich, auch eine tolle Line erwarten.
Genau. Jakob Ernst steht jetzt oben und schaut sich noch einmal das Face an. Von oben sieht man, wie gesagt, nur die 3 Terrassen hier im Face und man sieht keinen wirklichen Absprung, geschweige denn die Landungen. Das heißt, man muss die Line wirklich perfekt planen. Man muss wissen, zwischen welchen Felsen ist der Absprung, wo ist meine Landung, wo springe ich da weg, wo kann ich da meinen Trick ansetzen und der smilet, der hat Lust, der sieht den Schnee da oben. Ernstl, ich wünsche dir ganz viel Glück und auch an alle Zuschauer, die jetzt mitfiebern für den Fieberbrunner. Ernstl, let's go, wenn wir das Signal bekommen, dann sind wir ready, wir schauen dir zu.
Genau, es ist so schwer, da oben im Start geht. Du kannst ja nicht wie ein Abfahrtsläufer auf der Streifen Hanekamp hinunterrutschen und dir genau alle Winkel, jeden Turn anschauen. Nein, du musst dir diese Linie, die du fährst, im Kopf vorstellen, weil du das Face vorher nicht befahren darfst. Und das macht es so schwierig, oben zu stehen, diese Unsicherheit. Wie ist der Absprung von dem Felsen, vom nächsten? Wie sind die Landungen? Mit wie viel Geschwindigkeit muss ich diesen Take-Off nehmen für meine Tricks?
Und jetzt geht's los. Für Jakob Ernst, da draußen wird es laut in der Public Area, wir hören es. Natürlich, wenn ein Österreicher hier auf der kleinen Heimspitze unterwegs ist und er hat den ersten Drop perfekt gemeistert.
Ganz smart, eben auch hier den Winkel geändert, das hat sicher erst oben angepasst, in diese Rinne hinein, wo weniger...
So, Achtung Ernstl, da sind ein paar Spuren drinnen. Ja, perfekt, wie er das macht.
Auch. So, jetzt sind wir doch gespannt, was kommt beim letzten Sprung. Auch etwas schräg, wir gesehen haben, dass es smarter ist, wenn ich spiele und steht denn.
So,
super.
Jetzt heißt es noch einmal den kleinen Brocken ausweichen, stark nach rechts, er hat es vielleicht nur mal probiert, da hinüber zum Felsen zu kommen, macht er nochmal einen kleinen Jump über die Windlip und kommt jetzt unten an. Natürlich haben bei ihm auch diese Main Features, diese Riesencliffs, die Tricks gefehlt, aber der hat es recht smart gelöst, wie du schon gesagt hast.
Ja, wie gesagt, wir haben also glaube ich nur 2 Runs heute gehabt mit Fahrern, die bei den großen Features keine Fehler gemacht haben. Und mit so einem Run, wie er jetzt, den er jetzt runtergesetzt hat, fehlerlos von oben bis unten, ordnet sich dann natürlich recht weit oben ein. Also ganz smart von ihm.
Geht er weit drüber, auch am Ende nimmt er nochmal den Speed raus und jetzt weiß er, wenn ich jetzt noch rüberkomme zu dem Felsen, dann nehme ich ihn mit, ansonsten heißt es direkt Richtung Ziellinie und direkt Richtung Abfeiern hier mit den Kollegen unten im Ziel. Wir sehen hier im Hintergrund auch nochmal Edur Gorospe Roldan, den Spanier, der damals im Couple gewonnen hat vor einigen Wochen. Und die schauen natürlich alle nach oben und sind gespannt, was kommt da noch? Kommt da noch ein Main Feature? Und jetzt die Public Area, sie fühlt sich langsam. Natürlich sind da auch die Leute, die zuschauen über unseren Live-LED. Wir haben Live-Musik, wir haben unten das Reggae-Radio, das unten im Tal steht. Das heißt, das ganze Monatfon wird hier bestrahlt von der Musik. Und oben in der Public Area legt DJ Bademeister die besten Sounds zum Riden auf.
Genau, unsere Rider machen Lust auf Freeriden. Lust auf Freeriden hat auch immer unser Koks, hier sehen wir, Head of Security, unglaublich viel Erfahrung, Bergführer seit 2 Jahrzehnten und einfach allen österreichischen Freeride Contests ist er die Koryphäe, wenn es darum geht, Schneesicherheit, Sicherheit der Fahrer und Auswahl der richtigen.
Genau, da hat man jetzt nochmal gute Sicht auf unser Judging-Panel. Wir haben 2 Panels, wie gesagt, im Snowboard der Head Judge Dion Newport und 2 weitere Judges, Georg Jochim und Liz Christofferitsch, die bewerten die Snowboarder, die hier hinunterfahren. Und wir haben ein Ski-Panel geführt von Head Judge William Cochet, Jochen Mesle und Dodo Konrad. Auch die zwei sind sehr erfahrene Freeride World Tour Qualifier Rider und die wissen, worum es geht und die wissen ganz genau, wie man es bewerten kann, wenn man hier auf der kleinen Heimspitze unterwegs ist und einen Top-Run zeigen kann.
Und die haben heute keinen leichten Job, sage ich dir. So viele Fahrer mit Problemen, mit Stürzen, mit Fehlern bei den Landungen. Und diese ganzen Fehler zu bewerten, ist natürlich auch extrem schwierig. Ja, wie viele Punkte ziehe ich da ab? Also ganz schwierig Aufgabe heute für die Judges.
So, und jetzt unser letzter Skifahrer for today, the last skier for today, bib number 45, Adrian Hildebrand from Swiss. He's going out really, really fast and taking that major nose cliff, stomping it in a new section. Very, very smart.
Very nice angle, finding a new landing. Very smart already up there. We saw the light change a little bit. We might have a high cloud, but as long as you can see the contours of the snow and the shadows, he'll be fine.
Oh! Wird hier leicht schief. He gets a little bit sideways over that cliff.
He caught a rock before the takeoff and he couldn't finish his turn. That put him sideways mid-air.
What a pity for the last rider here in the skiing man category. And if we sum the day up for the skiers, the perfect snow conditions were not too perfect in the landing because of the deep snow. A lot of riders got caught with their skis, lost their skis or lost the control in the air. So it was more easy for the riders playing it safe, finding the pockets where they can land. And here we saw it again. He hit a small rock here in the air where he was jumping.
Just before the takeoff.
Yeah, just before the takeoff.
Hit the rock and that turned him sideways.
Of course, he's not happy after his fall here. And now we finished the category ski men, ski snowboard and snowboard women. We have just the skiing women on top. Ladies and gentlemen, if you now click into our stream right now, very welcome. We are here in the Silvretta Montafon. What a beautiful day today with 7 hours of sunshine, fresh powder here in the venue. And we are ready to start with the women. Let's have a small look at the women starting list. We have 9 riders from 6 different nations, from Austria, from Poland, Sweden, Denmark, France and Swiss. We have 1 girl from Austria. Her name is Claudia Klobasa. She was second in La Rosière at the 4-star qualifier and she is sitting on the 7th spot in the Freeride World Tour qualifier ranking.
She's our second to last rider today, and I talked to her about her line today, yesterday. And she was very excited. Said, "How am I gonna find my features if everything rolls over?" So we agreed on her riding a not too difficult line to keep her fluidity up. We'll see how she will manage it.
But let's have a look at the first woman starting in this category. She's from Poland. She's 27 years old, representing Poland, Susanna Wittig, and she's sitting on the first place in the Freeride World Tour qualifier ranking. So she is ready to drop into the Freeride World Tour, and she has a first place in La Rosière, a second place in Bruzon Freeride at the 3-star qualifier, a second place at the 3-star qualifier in Vars, and now she wants to have another result at the 4-star that would secure her the first position for a while until the next 4-star qualifier takes place. I think the next one is in Nanda. Am I right, Flo?
Nanda in Switzerland.
No, we have
the valley.
We have in March we have 2 in Jasna and Nanda, so 2 more 4-star qualifier, and we have in April the grand finale of the Open Faces series in Obergurgl, and they have their own series. So if you're competing in the Open Faces series, have a look that you get into every contest, because then you can win a lot of money. They are giving away, if you win just the Open Faces series, it's 1,500 for the winners in ski male category. Ski female get 1,000 euro, and I think that's a really, really nice reward here from the Open Faces that they make possible for their riders. If you're competing in the Open Faces series, get tuned in, have a look at the scores if you win in the Open Faces series. And now we are ready for the girl from Poland.
Good luck, Susanna. Smart smart start, stays away from the rocks, stays to the open face with a nice little drop. Very smart riding at the top.
Smart riding.
Whoa,
She's going
no
fast and
hesitation.
fluid with a nice drop in the
And that's
top
a blind
section.
roller. That's very difficult. You have no idea where you're actually jumping. So shows high confidence here.
And
in
now
the
she's
second
opening
air.
up a totally new feature going here in the fresh snow.
Third air again, staying on her feet. No sign of control issues, no sign of hesitation. Very strong so far and fluid. Really impressive. I'm pretty sure we're going to see one last air here in the bottom. She's approaching it right now. With quite some speed, going further on the others and stomping it.
Stomping
What
it
a
out of her
clean
legs.
run.
The
Please
girl
don't.
from Poland here. She's sitting on the first place, and I think that is a really, really good run for the first girl here on the skis.
She's got to be stoked. One of the few clean and fluid runs of the day over all categories, and she put the level really high now for the rest of the women's skiing field.
Let's have a look at the replay. This one she took very, very far, but found a perfect landing spot. Then opening up a totally new feature. That is scoring on creativity, because nobody went there before.
And what I really liked was her body language, top to bottom. It was so full of self-confidence. So she had her plan, and she did exactly what she planned. Bam, bam, bam. No hesitations, no change of plans in the middle of the run. So she doesn't only have strong legs, I think she's very strong in her head. That run really, she deserves a good score for that.
So let's have a look at the final results at the snowboard girls category. Sitting on first place, the girl from New Zealand, Claire McGregor. She already qualified
If
now.
Once this result is verified, we can say congratulations to Claire for qualifying for the 2021 Freeride World Tour.
On second place, Linda Schmitter, and on third place we have the ranking here. If you want to see the scores again, just click into our website. All the live scores are here, with the third place Maria Kushma from New Zealand with 55.33 points.
But
And
no
now
time to rest, Chris.
have a look. Bib number 47, Emilie Terran from France.
Same line at same speed, like Susanna at the top. Whoa, takes some speed to the second there. Unfortunately, have an issue in the landing, which is stopping her. But she's already back up and riding again.
She's back up riding again. The French girl, she is a French boxer, so she knows how to stomp big landings. Even if you have any issues in the landing, this girl has power, and that's what we see. She was really, really fast in the first section, and as it looks, she lost her pole.
Yeah, she's riding with one pole easy, which I heard is really hard to do for skiers, right?
Yes, we need the pole for the stabilization in the snow, so if you just have one pole left, it's not easy to keep your balance here, but she does a really, really good job. Emilie Terran from France, now in the finish area. And let's have a look. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 girls left up on the mountain, 7 riders in the category ski women. And if we watch her run again, we saw a small feature on the top, and on the second one, this one, she took very, very far, going deep here. And then with a little bit back seat, she lost the control, and maybe she lost her pole right there in the snow. But she continued her run and is now safe in the finish area with at least a few points.
Exactly.
So, we see the results from the Snowboardman category, die Resultate der Snowboardmänner. Sitting on first place, Tim Schröder aus Deutschland mit 87 Punkten, gefolgt von Benjamin Evans, New Zealand, 73 points. And on third place, Ludovic Guillaudia representing France. Another French guy on fourth place, Clément Bojataille. Fifth, Liam Rivera from Mexico. And we see that Timmy Schröder is in the lead with a lot of points. So for sure the first place.
Yep.
So the girl from France with bib number 48, called Chacha, that's her nickname, from Val Thorens, was fourth at the La Rosière 4-star contest. And she's going very, very fast at the first section.
Val Thorens freeride hotspot, a lot of good freeriders in France coming from that area.
perfect pictures now we get from our drone. Here she found her entry, heading over to the Lucas right side. Ladies and gentlemen, she's going on the right side and now going with a lot of speed into an area we never saw today. Anna, she's going to the couloir. We already saw it from to snowboard.
What a fresh approach, going down 4 line.
Doubling out here in Montafon.
What a move by
What a
Chacha.
nice run from the young girl here from France, 28 years old, and a perfect run for her, ending up with a double here.
Can't wait to see the replay. She played it very smart at the second air here. Took the speed out. This is where so many riders have problems. Taking out the speed, yeah, not supersizing it. Nice and easy. But I'm pretty sure she's already focused on her last feature, which we can see from this angle now. Look at it.
Jumping over it.
1,
Super confident,
2.
taking the second one. Standing on her
She had a bit
legs.
of a lucky bounce after the first one with the back in the snow, but the second one was clean. Whew, once again, very hard for the judges, but I like the balls, if we're allowed to say that, that she showed coming down over this double.
Showed
Really,
her
really
skills
cool
on
move.
the skis and is very, very happy now in the finish area. Gets her congratulation, high fives, takes a photo with our photographer Mia, and it's, I would say, it's a perfect run with a little deduction for the lucky landing or lucky bounce, how you call it.
Overall, not just on the qualifiers, also in the World Tour, we've seen the ski girls stepping up and progressing amazingly over the past couple of years, going faster and bigger with more tricks and more confidence than we've ever seen before.
So, and when we look at the list, the next rider is from France, representing France, bib number 48. No, sorry, I was wrong. Bib number 49, Caroline Stromberg from Sweden. And she's smiling into our camera from the start gate. She's always happy. She is always excited to compete here in the 4-star qualifiers. And she already had some really, really good results.
Yeah, she has, funny enough, six fourth places at her three fourth places at her 3 last 4-star qualifiers.
Okay, Caroline, you ready?
Correct?
Yeah, 3 6 places at the last.
Places at the last 3 4-stars. Oh, that was a difficult one. Thank you.
Not easy to say. Also dreimal am 6. Platz bei den letzten 3 4-Stern-Contest. Und sie fährt auch mit viel Schwung hinein in das Face. With a lot of speed, she's going into her run. Now we can see how steep it is here when we have the camera from the top, from the drone. And also she's going on the Lucas right side of the face.
Hitting exactly the same area as Caroline before her.
Now changing the direction to the main wind lip. Dropping down, very, very safe. And now she is having a new area. Look at this one! Oh no!
Oh, that's so hard. The very, very last air to have a mistake like this. And
A lot of creativity
forward
here
tumbles.
in the run with a feature we never saw before, but little issues in the landing for her, for bib number 49, Caroline Stromberg from Sweden.
I really like that idea at the bottom, where many riders just went straight for the finish line. She finds a new area, does a great air, and unfortunately goes down in glory.
But she's still smiling with the sun in the face. And down there in the finish area, for sure something to celebrate if you compete in these 4-star qualifiers. They're all happy riders, they're all the best riders from Europe and some from the USA also here to compete in the Silvretta Montafon. And we are already at the last category for today's competition. It's the skiing women category, and up next is bib number 50, Eva Patola from Swiss.
Yeah, just 21 years old and already up there with the best of the best at the 4-star qualifiers.
Sitting on the 3rd place in the Freeride World Tour qualifier ranking, with a second place in New Zealand. And now she's dropping in, bib number 50 on course. Yes, clearing out her first drop.
Different line now than we've seen from the others. For the other girls.
And it's not easy to find the line here. Maybe she missed her cliff she wanted to do. Is now going down through the steep couloir and jumping into the last part of the face. Maybe she's taking out some speed. No, she's going just...
Taking up speed.
She's taking up speed. She's going fast and fast into the direction of our finish gate here.
Fluid run by Eva, not sure if this was exactly what she had planned in the middle part. She looked a tiny bit lost there for a second. Maybe we have the chance to speak to her afterwards to find out what she had planned there.
Yeah, we can see her. She took off her skis really fast. Maybe she's not really happy with her run. Maybe she missed one or two features she wanted to show us, and then clearing up with a lot of speed. So the control should be very on top, and just missing some major air, some major jumps or cliffs.
But she stayed on her feet. No major mistakes, which is what not a lot of riders can say today, right?
Yes, we have in the men category, I'm always looking on the website for new scores, because we are missing the score from Jakob Ernst now. He is sitting on the 7th place with bib number 44 and 65.67 points. And that's really good to be under the top 10, because you score with a lot of points here. But ready for the next girl, Malene Madsen from Denmark.
Stoked to have a Danish girl here on skis. We don't have a lot of Danish riders. Whoa, she's going quite big on the first cliff. Paying a price for it though. Stomping it at first, but then going head over heels and 2 forward front rolls.
3 weeks ago in Kappel, she was on the first place on the podium. Malene Madsen now with small issues after a very big cliff for a girl category.
Yeah, I was very impressed. I saw the other girls hit this cliff sideways, but she went full on straight over it. It looked like she had stopped it already, but then went to the tumble. Look at it. Just
let's have a look again.
Bam! That's solid 6-7 meter.
Aye.
And she bounces off in a weird way and then sends her into a forward tumble.
Bounced off, but now she has her gear back. Everything is all right, and that's important. We don't want to see anyone being hurt. Now she got her poles from the ski tote thrown down to her, and she can finish her run and get down to the finish area. Good luck for the rest of the season. Malene Madsen, a girl we have to remember in the future, I think.
For sure. Her name is Turbomballe, her nickname, for a reason. Fortunately, she was not ready to show her full capabilities today with the tumble after the first cliff drop.
And beautiful pictures. We can see blue sky all over here in Montafon, in the Silvretta Montafon, and sunny weather. So the people are finding the public area where there is a lot of emotions. There is a LED screen where you can follow the best riders here from Europe. We can see it's already filled up. The people are bathing in the sun for some face turn, and the riders are giving their best. We see them waving the arms here in Montafon, and also very welcome to you, ladies and gentlemen, in front of the screens, at home, somewhere in a ski area, on the phone. We are happy to have you here at the action, at the last riders here. We have 3 more girls standing on the Kleine Heimspitze, and I think they are already ready for their runs. Next one will be 52, Megan Petant, and she is already on course, the girl from France.
Similar approach.
Sending a big one, standing on her feet, yes!
Very smart, going for the rider's right, thus finding a fresher landing. than Marlene could just before. So everything set up for a great score for you, Megan.
She needs a third score in her results to improve herself in the freeride world to qualify a ranking. Now she's in the gnarly part.
Difficult area. Does well. Whoa. Almost
Not
went
going for the big one.
No, but she knew exactly. But now she does turn around. She still goes for it on the side.
Yes,
Nice.
Stomping it in a very, very nice way. Very, very clever, the girl here in the category ski woman. And now she's facing to the finish area. Watch out that you stand on your
Straight line
feet.
all the way down to that cat track and then just managed to go in between the ice balls. It was a very quick and very solid run of Megan Peton.
Megan Peton, super Run von ihr, von der Französin, mit einem riesen Drop, den wir jetzt nochmal sehen. Perfekt gelandet, dann kleine Geschwindigkeitsprobleme im tiefen Schnee und das unten macht sie sehr intelligent. Sieht, dass sie da überhalb von dem großen Drop ist, fährt nochmal eine Kurve und fährt es dann perfekt aus. So, tolle Bilder hier aus dem Montafon, tolle Bilder hier in der Finish Area, wo auch gleich nebendran die Judges sitzen, die die Rider bewerten und ihre Punkte vergeben. Und wenn wir inzwischen auf die Webseite schauen, dann sehen wir, wie gesagt, auf 8. Stelle Jakob Ernst, 9. Andreas Jenewein mit 65 Punkten, Julian Hampton, 10. derzeit bei den Männern und das sind bereits alle Männer, die herunten sind. Die Ergebnisse sind bis jetzt noch nicht zu 100% bestätigt und jetzt haben wir sie eingeblendet. On first place, Adrian Hildebrand from Swiss with 82 points, followed by Mansfors Kelsten, Sweden with 76 points, and on third place, Maël Olivier, the leader from the Freeride World Tour qualifier ranking, and he wants to have his ticket for the Freeride World Tour, and he's sitting on third position. That means he will get 1,950 points. On 11th place, Tom Gratateur from France, Maxime Chablon from Switzerland, and we see that's not a lot of points here to get under the first 10 people.
No, but now we switch back to Germany because we have Claudia Klobase in and out of the start gate.
Bib number 53, Claudia Klobase from Austria. Und da sind wir jetzt gespannt, was sie uns heute zeigt. Die war so nervös gestern.
Sie ist wohl die schärfste Waffe der Österreicher in der Damen-Freeride-Skiszene. Führt auch das österreichische Ranking zurzeit und die lässt ganz kurz krachen haben. Nimmt einen eher nach dem anderen mit, das ist schon bei Nummer 3.
Jawohl, fährt ihn perfekt hinaus, Claudia. Jetzt heißt es aufpassen, die sprayt da sogar nochmal unseren Fotografen ein. Der dreht sich zur richtigen Zeit um. So, und jetzt genießt sie den Schnee. Sie hat unten noch etwas vor, hat sie gesagt. Bis jetzt ist es perfekt gelaufen.
Richtig gut Ski gefahren bis jetzt, die Claudia. Jetzt kommt sie in diese schwierige Passage, aber sie macht es ja nie leicht. Finde den Endstieg gut und jetzt muss ich es laufen lassen.
Genau, fährt es flüssig aus, erwischt noch den Drop, nimmt noch den zweiten mit. Jawohl! Hat es jetzt mit wenig Schwung gemacht. Ich glaube, das war vielleicht gar nicht geplant, den zweiten so mitzunehmen, aber das gibt natürlich nur Bonuspunkte.
Ich glaube das schon, aber sie hat mitgekriegt, dass man halt mit zu viel Geschwindigkeit sich nichts Gutes tut und ich glaube, das war ein richtig starker Run.
So, richtig starker Run von der Österreicherin, die so erfahren ist, die derzeit auf dem 7. Platz sitzt und auf ihr Ticket in die World Tour nur so wartet. Claudia Klobase, da darf sie sich freuen, da darf sie beglückwünscht werden und da ist natürlich ein ganz großer Smile in ihrem Gesicht.
Genau, jetzt schauen wir uns nochmal aus der Barbie-Cam Perspektive ein. Ein schönes Shifty und stellt ihn hin, als wäre es gar nichts.
So, jetzt. Da ist es steil, da ist es steinig.
Es ist schwierig, da aus dem steilen und direkt in den Drop. Und trotzdem so clean in der Luft.
Stellt den hin. Jawohl, und da sieht man es nochmal, die Bedingungen, perfekt. Claudia Klobase, also ich lehne mich weit aus dem Fenster. Ich würde sagen, da dürfen wir dreimal auf den Tisch klopfen. Die werden wir heute ganz weit oben sehen im Ranking. Bis jetzt eine der besten Shows, die uns die Damen hier geliefert haben.
Ja, also das ist sehr podiumverdächtig für Claudia heute.
Sehr podiumverdächtig für die 30-jährige Claudia Klobase. Und jetzt geht es weiter mit der letzten Dame des heutigen Tages. Der letzten Riderin, die oben steht, im Startgate, die noch zittert, die weiß, was sie erwartet jetzt auf der kleinen Heimspitze. Und zwar wenig sehen von oben, aber viel Möglichkeiten zu springen.
Schau dir das nochmal an, wie steil es da oben weggeht und wie wenig man sieht. Du denkst, die Fahrer beim letzten Roller ist der Takeoff für den Riesen R.
Super Einstellung hier von der
über
Drohne.
20 Meter runter und sägen von oben her nicht einmal den Winkel. Jetzt weißt du, wie akribisch sich die Fahrer hier alle vorbereiten, damit sie überhaupt wissen, wo die Absprünge sind und ja nicht an einem falschen Winkel mal da öffnen.
Genau. Und jetzt heißt noch zweimal durchatmen. Und dann kommt von unserer Starterin Annika Frühauf auch schon das Zeichen. Judges are ready, Rider is ready, dropping in 3, 2, 1. Und dann geht es meistens los bei den Damen. Bib Number 54, Sanne Mona from Sweden.
Von uns kriegt sie noch she gets a last lick-a-till on the way.
Last Licatil, the girl, she is sitting on the 4th place now in the Free World to qualifier ranking. Her chances are big to get one of the tickets, and she wants to get the ticket, and now she is ready to drop in. The last rider of today. And it's getting loud again here at the Nova Stoba, where all the people watch now the last rider from today. She's going very fast in the first
She
section.
decides to cancel the first cliff and therefore take up a lot of speed and hit the freestyle air similar to one of the skiers.
Hitting another air, finding
3
some new good
features in a
snow.
row. Very nice. Heading to the same area as Cloud of Babasa, but then making her way further to the right, just next to the steep entry. It's quite sharky there.
Yes, going
Trying to
through
get
here.
onto this cliff.
Taking another small drop now.
And the last one.
Yes, clearing it out.
Creative and fluid line, lacking big features, but she stayed in her feet, and this will definitely put her in the upper half of the field of the ski women today.
Definitely a good show. She showed us the girl from Sweden, Sanne Mona, the last rider of today. And Flo, what would you say if we can compare the girls category? Who was the best for you? What do you think?
Usually when I make suggestions about the podium, I'm super wrong. So I'm sure we have Claudia somewhere up there in the top 3.
And yes, we just get a message from our regie. We have the winner from today, the unofficial winner in the snowboard category, Timmy Schröder. He is going down with the skis, but I think it's already him. We saw him. It was a small crash because he's a talented guy. He's going down with skis and snowboards, but without having any results for the skiing category. He already won today's competition with a lot of points, and it was a big show here in Montafon.
It was an amazing show. We did see a lot of crashes, more than we usually do see in our freeride competitions, but it is a 4-star. Oh, and here we see a replay of Timmy Schröder going huge.
So he's talented in skiing, he's talented in snowboarding. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the last riders down here. The competition is done, and if you want to see the rankings for today with all the points, we're gonna have a look at them. Maybe it's possible to have again a look at the ski man category here in Montafon, because the competition is now finished with the last rider.
Oh, Chris, what a show.
What a show. We have the Swiss guy sitting on first, Sweden on second, France on third, followed by the first Austrian guy, Sebastian Hirsche. Gratulation an dieser Seite für den jungen Rider, der immer wieder coole Sprünge zeigt. Und weitere 3 Österreicher unter den Top 10 mit Mathieu Gschwandner, Jakob Ernst und Andreas Jenewein.
Ja, alle Österreicher unter den Top 9, das ist stark.
Dann Platz 11, Tom Gratadur from France, again to Swiss guys, Maxime Chablot, Alessandro Yoson, Seb Varley, the one with the bib number 1 who had a crash. Unfortunately, Ben Richards, 15, 16, Jonas Monin, and 17, Victor Lourdel. And we're gonna have a look at the results from the snowboard man category. The guy was riding with the skis, Timmy Schröder. He is a snowboarder. He's sitting on the first place with 87 points. That's a lead. Followed by Benjamin Evans from New Zealand, 73 points. Ludovic Guillaudia from France with 70 points. Another French guy, Clément Bojatai. Liam Rivera from Mexico. And we see what a strong field here today in the Montafon at the Open Faces 4-star.
Yeah, Thomas Feuerstein, local hero, on place number 7 with a big jump, a huge spin, which unfortunately he couldn't stay clearly, and that's why he's in 7th place today.
And we have a look at the snowboard women results. Claire McGregor with another podium, first place from New Zealand, 69 points. Linda Schmitter from Swiss, 65.67 points. And Maria Kushma from New Zealand. The Austrian girl, Siobhan Schellis, is on the 5th place with 51 points. Also for her, she had 2 small issues, falling after or crashing after her jump. And that's the results from today. I'm pretty sure that we don't have the results for the skiing category women yet, because they just write it down, and there will be a lot of discussions in the judging panels, because it's not easy how to judge them today. So if you want to see the results from the skiing category women, just log into our open-faces.com page, and there are the results. Ladies and Gentlemen, vielen Dank fürs Zusehen, vielen Dank dir, Flo, fürs Mitkommentieren, für deine Expertise immer wieder. Wir haben eine große Show hier gesehen im Montafon. Es war schade bei manchen Tricks, die wir gesehen haben, zum Beispiel ein Crossing über das gesamte Couloir von unserem Rider, der danach leider den Ski verloren hat. What a show hier im Montafon. Vielen Dank von meiner Seite fürs Zusehen. Vielen Dank an alle Unterstützer hier im Montafon, an alle unsere Sponsoren, an das Open Faces Team. Und bitte, wenn Sie weitere Informationen brauchen, dann klicken Sie sich einfach rein auf Facebook, Open Faces, oder auf open-faces.com.
So ist es. Danke fürs Zuschauen und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Contest.
Thank you for watching the competition today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in Obergurgl in April for the 4-star qualifier. Thank you and have a nice weekend.
Enjoy the powder.
Enjoy the powder and enjoy the view here in Montafon.